see. I think we're live now.
We're probably
It says we're live over there. There's not a koala anymore. Hi, everyone. There's not a koala. We're probably live. Welcome to issue 2 of season 2 of Sentinel Comics role-playing game live. Here is everyone who's playing the game. I'm Paul. Here are the players. I'm going to have the players go around and introduce themselves again just to remind you, and then have them each summarize what their character did and what happened last time. You want to start?
Sure. I'm Jen. I play the concept artist. Do you want me to give the summary, or do you want to wait till the end?
What did your character do?
What did my character do? Well, let's see here. I drew some cement blocks on the feet of our dastardly villain, the
Briefcase Ninja Man.
Briefcase Ninja Man. Yes. Which turned into the motorcycle Ninja Man.
Yep.
And as he zoomed away, he had a lovely puce trail behind him. And then he flew away in a rocket ship, which I sent a flying walrus after so that we could track it logically.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's
totally normal things.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, normal day in the office.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Hourly Rage, and I failed to hit people hard with pipe wrenches in the beginning, but then later did it much better. I also made a guy sweep up after us, which was the most important thing.
Yeah.
What else did I do?
You took some
you had
people.
the trusty Rusty with a knife.
Oh, yeah, knife wrench.
Yep.
Yeah, we did some knife wrenching. That was pretty good.
That was true, yeah.
And basically distracted everybody so that I got punched in the face so that I could roll d12s.
You may or may not be a member of the band Toto.
Listen, everybody needs a secret identity, okay?
But it's only a secret if you don't say.
Yeah.
I'm Chris. I'm playing Mishap. Last time I rescued some people. I caused a lot of sparks and explosions.
Yeah, you're responsible for the 2 rust -3 cards.
Yeah, I
still
rusted
have
up
sitting.
just a bunch of people and a bunch of stuff. And I also managed to disarm a bomb thanks to my team, who is my team and is going to be a team.
Who's this?
I don't understand. Wait.
I don't have any notes on
Yeah, I don't have any notes about a
Don't
team
worry,
leader.
I've been taking notes.
They were all robots,
Extensive
right?
notes.
And my name is Jodie. I'm playing Bubbles, who prefers the name Steven, but Bubbles is a pretty natural name because, well, you can control bubbles. I tried to save some people who were in a building that collapsed and
That may or
did
may
an
not have
okay
been my
job
fault.
of that.
Yeah.
And then I exploded some people with bubbles. Like that was a pretty notable thing that I did.
What I'm hearing is that side of
And
the
I
table
helped.
really useful. This side of the table,
Different thing.
And I helped defuse a bomb, but I didn't defuse the bomb. That was definitely a mishap.
That floor is clean until the guy exploded. Until he got fully pink misted.
There were like 5 minutes for that floor.
so
Mega
clean.
clean.
Real clean.
You could eat off of it.
Yeah.
That convention floor.
Oh no.
Don't ever do that.
No.
So what actually happened? What was the end result? So you said that you were in this convention center and there was a bomb and stuff was going on. What did you kind of learn at the end? What's going on?
So we were hired by aerospace billionaire Carolyn Falk to look after her interests at an expo hall. There's a lot of technology there, which makes it sort of weird given our specialty of not being good around technology. But hey, and money's money.
Right, yeah.
And while we were there was a bomb that went off, I suppose prematurely, but we'll never know.
And one bomb went off.
And then there were people with rocket packs and laser guns and people riding motorcycles that popped out of briefcases. Like, it was all very sudden and weird and frightening.
Yeah.
All of which I want.
And
want all
you
of
know,
that
we'll
technology.
deal with that.
Yes.
And we managed to safely defuse the situation in the end, for a degree. And the UN let us know that apparently there's this hacker consortium that is operating, we think, out of Shanghai, or at least that's where one of them is striking. Carolyn, we think, was the target of the bomb, but luckily it went off before she was up there, so she wasn't hurt. And we don't really know what the deal is with the rocket pack people, but they seem to be operating out of Venezuela, or at least that's where they're very rocket themed.
Yes.
That's where their rocket came from and went back to.
They were stealing like telemetry information. So, like,
Yes.
that seems to be their.
Why they put a bomb on a rocket,
for phones.
I don't know. Maybe they don't like other rockets and they have a rivalry. It's all very mysterious.
Yep.
But
it.
we think Shen Pharmaceuticals is their next target, at least based off of the data that they stole and some leads that the UN gave us. So that's where we are bound next.
Absolutely. And so you remember, John England came down. He's the United Nations superhero man. So he comes down to, Yeah, I will in a little bit. Yeah. So he comes down. He tells you kind of the situation, right? And he's like you said, the hacker signature from the people that was stealing telemetry data from here matches up with some different digital kind of terrorist things that have been going on. People trying to hack into big companies, steal various information all around the world, various companies and government entities. And then also, yeah, this rocket technology gets traced back to Venezuela and that other stuff. And now you're on your way to Shanghai with Shen Pharmaceuticals. So that sounds good. So as you're traveling there on the plane, you're going to be able to heal up to maximum hit points. You're going to have enough time. You're going to go back and forth. If any of you want to talk to Catherine Falk about anything or talk to John England about anything, Catherine's going to stay back in.
Is it Catherine or Carol?
Oh, Carolyn, sorry. Okay. Carolyn. Carolyn's going to stay back
sister.
in.
You've never
right,
known.
yeah, right, it's true. Carolyn's going to stay back in Australia and kind of work on cleaning stuff up and getting her company in order because there's a lot of stuff that got messed up there. But John England's going to come with you to kind of brief you, answer some questions on your way to Shanghai, get you set up there. So, but before we get going, there's two things I want to go over. One thing is actually three things, for a maximum 6 things. No. So the first thing I want to go over is the bit system, and that's for the viewers who are out there. So you may notice there's a little chart. I assume it's up there on the live stream over in the corner, and it explains how the bits work. Excuse me. So if you go into the chat on Twitch, you cheer, and you can cheer in multiples of 100. And every time you do that, you create a +1, a boost, like anyone could create in the game. And you assign that to someone. If you cheer 100, that's a +1. Cheer 300, that's a +3. And you say who gets it, and you can even kind of say why, give them some flavor things, and then they get it to hang on to, and it's just a boost that's there. And they can use it anytime they want on some roll. And it's totally up to them, but they got to describe all the cool stuff. And you can even give it to me if you want, which is pretty awesome. Then I'll use it in super clever ways. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing is, we were just talking before this started about hero points and back issues. So I wanted to go over how both of those work. So last time on this TV show, you used periodically, you did some overcome actions using your principles. And when that happens, you get hero points. And then you turn those hero points into potential boosts throughout this episode. So I think all of you have done that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
You've got that. So whenever that happens, call it out so people can know why you're doing it, being like, oh yeah, this is from my hero points. I'm doing this boost to like make this thing better, make myself better here. The second thing is that back during character creation, you all created a backstory issue, backstory collection for your character. And you can use that mechanically in the game for various things once per session. And so I want to kind of explain that for people that might not know who are watching, and then have each of you say what your backstory issue is, because we didn't do that last time and they're cool. So you can use your backstory to trigger a few different kind of things. One thing you can do is take, after you roll 3 dice from a die pool, you take one of them and you maximize it. And then that resets the max, mid, min, and you use them as appropriate, but it lets you increase stuff and be more effective at doing stuff. It'll also let you ignore a twist, or it will let you just create a fact. Like, this is something that is true about the situation, and that kind of thing. So if you ever want to reference that, please do, and you can say what you're doing, and that's how it works. So we're going to go this way now. What's your backstory?
My backstory is Bubbles from Space. It's my origin story.
That's excellent.
So Hourly Rage and I actually have a combination one.
Yeah.
Reduce, reuse, rock and roll. Where we both showed up and didn't quite learn that we were superheroes together, but, you know, met.
Yeah, it was one of those. It's a movie where we're both trying to achieve the same goal, but never interact with each other at all.
Yeah, that was for when we teamed up.
Yeah.
My issue is called Snappy Little Trees. That was my origin story issue.
Nice.
You're welcome.
So that's how that works. And then finally, one thing I wanted to go over with all of you, which I don't believe we did last time either, is how risky actions work, in case you ever want to do those, because that's something there was some questions about. So at any time, you can decide, when you're doing a basic action, just like an attack or a defend or an overcome or a hinder, you can say, oh, this is risky, which means that you take a minor twist automatically. But that's super fun. So feel free.
It worked out great for
Feel
us
free
last
to do
time.
that.
Cut like a third of the session.
And that'll be real good.
Threw Paul's
So-
plan completely out the
Right,
window.
so specific things you can do with risky actions are you can make an attack that normally hits only one target, attack an extra target with the same die. You can make an attack that is more powerful and uses the max die instead. You can make an attack that has an extra effect with the min die, like hindering the target by destroying their weapon in the process, or something like that. You can make an overcome action that also deals damage to a target in some way using the min die. You can make a hinder that also moves the target far enough away they'll have trouble making their way back. Or you can do a defend action that also boosts an ally using your min. So those are some examples of things you can do with risky actions. So keep that in mind.
Love that.
Anyway, here we go. So we're going to start out. You're on an airplane. This is a private chartered UN jet going in from Melbourne, Australia up to Shanghai. And you get basically briefed on the situation as you're going in the air and landing and getting transported to your hotel. So what's going on is that there is tonight, they've identified, after you said you were interested in pursuing the people through Shanghai, they're like, well, that's good. That sounds good. We've got a bead on some potential problems coming up. Tonight, the night you're getting in the morning, it's going to be in the evening, there's going to be a fancy soiree there, hosted by Jenn Pharmaceutical in Shanghai, and it's going to be right downtown in one of the high-rise towers, a really kind of fancy area. And it's going to be co-hosted by Jenn Pharmaceutical and a few other groups that are around are all putting in money and time and equipment, and some people paying for the catering, some people paying for the servers, that kind of stuff. But it's basically a big expo and summit talking about all sorts of biotech, bioinformatics, that kind of stuff. And they know that in the past, Jenn Pharmaceuticals has been the target of some corporate espionage and potential hacking and stuff like that. And it just so happens that the hacker signatures and things like that you've seen match exactly what people were doing down in Melbourne. So now they're thinking that these are related, and since you've had direct dealings with the people down there, maybe you could have direct dealings up here and see what you can find out. Because there's two separate leads that they were tracing, completely separate, that now suddenly, bam, they just realized they're maybe related. So anything you could figure out about that would be great. What they can do for you is the UN can get you on the guest list for this party. And so you have basically about 12 hours. They'll put you on the guest list. You can stay here. They're going to put you up in a hotel in Shanghai, and you can do whatever you want. But basically what they want you to do is come up with an alias, come up with a backstory for why you're coming to this party. Who are you, and why are you on the guest list? Whatever you come up with, they'll put it down on the list. They'll make sure you get invited.
Sure. Great.
So,
okay.
and if there's anything else you want to know about the party or about the situation in general, let them know. So you come in, I'll set the scene for you too, so you know where you are. So there's Shanghai's built right on a river. There's a big river that loops around downtown. And there's the old section, the Bund, right there on the river, where it was the former European concession area in Shanghai. So there's a lot of old architecture, like German and French looking architecture, all along the river, kind of very pretty, these buildings that are a few stories tall, and you're in a hotel right there. And as you look across the river, you see the downtown modern financial district of Shanghai. Huge gleaming skyscrapers with all sorts of cool shapes and colors, and the air, it smells kind of like if you open a blast furnace, that kind of like vaguely ozone-y smell. That's the smell kind of in the air, and there's a little bit of a haze. But all of the lights that are on all of the buildings kind of star out, and they're multicolored lights up and down all the way around as the river loops around this whole area. And over there, on that side of the river, is where you're going to have the soiree tonight, one of the big fancy parties. But for now, you're in a hotel over on this side, but you can feel free to do what you like during the day while you're here.
Oh no. This is the hardest thing for us to do.
Yeah, so come up with a backstory that you got for why you're in the party, and then if there's anything else that you want to do, let me know. And whenever you're ready to move on to we got our aliases and we know what we want to do or what our approach is going to be or whatever, let's go to the party. You tell me, we'll make it happen. So.
So I envision this being more local, but maybe it's not. I actually have Equality, my custom quality,
Yeah.
customized
Absolutely.
quality, is music scene.
Yes.
So, I want to find out who the entertainment is for this party. and go talk to
Absolutely.
them.
Yes. Absolutely. That is really, really a great idea. So make for me an overcome check here.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'm gonna have you do, and tell me exactly what you're doing. So you're gonna. Your quality is the music scene. So this was based on that.
I assume finding out who this person is just a matter of who these people are.
Yeah. You want to find out more stuff about them, basically, which is.
Right. Well, maybe
Okay.
I just want to go talk to them.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like, I can probably get into talking with them and just be like, listen, you need a guitar player tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You need a guitar player tonight. So I'm assuming I'm going to use suggestion.
Yeah, so it turns out that the entertainment here tonight, I'm going to have you make an overcome. I want to make an overcome.
Sure.
I'm going to have you do
How
it.
do you want me to build this dice?
You tell me. I want you to use music scene.
Yeah.
I want to see how many twists you get and the severity level.
But I'm talking to a member of the. Who am I talking to?
You're coming in. You found out kind of where they're staying. You want to find out a little bit more about them and get up to talk to them.
Okay.
Basically, so they're staying at a hotel down the way. You go in. You show up at the front desk and be like, "Hey, I hear who's the entertainment for tonight? I hear that they're staying here because you got your connections. You figured out that that's true. You 100% correct. They are staying there, right? So now what you're basically talking to is the person at the front desk of the hotel who knows there's celebrities here and now someone wants to come talk to them.
Okay.
Right? So you're going to convince them to let you up to go talk to this band.
Well, you see, I have the power of suggestion.
Okay.
Also. Mm-hmm. So that's a D10 and music scene's a D8.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm
And what's your status is green? Yep, absolutely.
We're going to use the mid, right?
Yes, you
It's
are.
a 5.
Okay.
I don't have my
That's
cheat
success
chart.
with
It's
a minor twist right there is what that
success
is,
with a
which is
minor
great.
twist is exactly
And so
what you
here's
wanted.
what happens. They don't want to like let random people up, right?
No.
They don't want to let random people up to talk to celebrities. But in this case, you know so much about the music scene.
Oh, yeah.
You like going and talking about that, and you're using your superpowers here, a suggestion to be like, your mind
Matt
tricks.
comes in and says,
You're
I
like,
know you don't want to let random people up. I don't want you to let random people up.
you definitely want to let me up to talk to the band, right? So you do that kind of thing, and sure enough, you're absolutely allowed to talk up to the band. And it turns out it is a K-pop band
Oh, great.
that they brought in, and there's a lot of dancers. They're real famous in Seoul. Yeah, they've been brought over by one of the other people that's hosting the party, one of the other the hosts, and from based in Korea. So yeah, so here they are.
Yeah.
There's your minor twist.
Oh, you decided what kind of band it was going to be based on the twist? Nice. So, God. Do I sub in, like... I think they probably don't need a guitar player.
I'm really curious to see where you go with this.
I don't know where I go with this. Help.
Vocals.
Yeah.
But you come up, they bring you up.
How's your Korean?
So
Not
what do you
great.
What do you say? They
Banter.
they bring you in,
How does that
and
work?
like the lead DJ from there meets you, and he speaks a little bit of English.
The lead DJ.
So
implying
he's-
there are more than one
He's heard.
DJs.
Oh yeah, this is a 4 DJ band. They
So I could create an illusion of you as a K-pop artist if you'd like, but I don't know if that helps you get the information you need.
No, what I need is a keytar.
I
That's
can
what I
give you
need.
one. You
I
want
mean,
one?
that's true. I don't know if you're with me. You might be.
I might be.
You might have to be. But look
I
at
might have
this.
tagged along just to see this adventure.
okay. So
Yeah.
we can. Do you want to retroactively establish some facts here?
Yeah, I think I do.
So the two of you are going through and doing that. You're going to use your.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're going to use your. No, you're absolutely here.
Yeah.
Yep. And in fact, you knew if you. I will let you even if you're using your back issue to
Oh, yeah.
establish your facts that you two are together here to work on this scheme of getting in.
Yep.
You knew in advance they were a K-pop band, and so you've already
Yeah.
made a totally sweet guitar. Yeah. That's what you got.
Right. I don't have any performance or anything, which is weird. I don't know why I didn't do that.
That's all right. You can,
It's probably fine.
you can make it work. So you're up here.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to have you two
Before.
do is think of now you're
punk
being
band, it's fine.
introduced to the lead DJ of this K-pop band. in their hotel suite. Right? They've got a multi-floor penthouse in this hotel. It's real nice. So you're gonna think about what you're gonna do, like go over to the two of you and decide what you're doing.
Do you have ideas?
What you're gonna do with this.
I have some ideas.
No, by all means.
So you know how a lot of places do like ice sculptures for fancy events?
Yeah.
They're doing bubble sculptures at this event.
Okay.
And I'm there to maintain those.
Okay.
Like periodically I'll just walk by and very subtly just make changes to the various sculptures.
Sure.
And also, as a side thing, I'll make balloon animals because
Okay.
a kid making balloon animals is great.
Good. So what? So that's what you want your alias to be.
That's my alias.
Is the entertainment who's making these things. See if the UN can. So what I'm going to do here as well is I'm going to have you make an overcome to see what position they put you in, and this can take a few different forms, and you tell me what you want to do.
Okay.
It can either be convincing them to let you be in charge of it like this, or it can be demonstrating your skills in some way. Because like the UN will back you up and will help you out, but you're ultimately going to have to find a legit person that's not just controlled by them, who you've got to convince. And you can either do it by persuasion-y type stuff, or by like demonstrating how awesome you are, or something else, like anything you want.
Demonstrating how awesome I am.
Super rad, yeah.
I'll probably use my principle of bubbles.
Okay.
Because why wouldn't I do that? So I get a D10 for my bubbles.
Okay.
And I'm going to use creativity, which I've got a D8 for. And we're in a green zone because nothing bad is happening and I'm not hurt.
Right.
And so I'll roll, and I've got a 4, 4, and a 4. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
well,
a 4
that's
is
fortunately success with a minor twist still.
Okay. Good.
So there we go. So they say that you can. They'll absolutely hire you to be in there. Put you on the list. That sounds good. We can do bubble sculptures. That sounds really cool. They're going to do that. The twist is going to be that they've got already some other kind of entertainment stuff booked. They've got a K-pop band that's coming in.
Sure, yeah.
And then they have like a bunch of like.
Do they need bubbles on stage?
I don't know. You got to go talk to them about that.
Okay.
But that's a different negotiation.
Pretty cool.
But if you are, but there's also going to be, you're going to have to work really closely with. There's a bunch of like androids built by one of the companies that they brought in to do a lot of the serving and stuff like that. That are also kind of like a centerpiece, like showpiece. Like, ooh, look how cool the new technology is that they've been working on, and they're all like fancy and everything like that. And so you're going to have to work with them.
Okay.
Kind of basically like coordinate with these robots on the entertainment.
No, I feel comfortable with this.
Who is in charge of the sculptures?
certainly.
They're going to be ice sculptures with the robots in charge. Now they're going to be bubble sculptures, but they need to keep the robots.
I've done dozens of robots. This is fine.
That's good. Okay. Like they're not like Sentinel robots, they're programmed, but you're still going to have to like figure out
So
a way
it's going to be a
to
little weird
like.
for me in that way.
Yeah, but you're going to have to figure out a way to like incorporate them into the demonstration, because you can't say no now that they've been shipped here all the way from Korea. So.
Sure.
My alias was going to be Athena Morse, and I wanted to be one of the waitstaff.
Okay, that no problem. They can hook you up with that easily.
It's like he doesn't know how to make things hard for Paul.
No.
Logical.
That'll come later.
I believe in you.
I have to get in position to screw things up before things screw up.
Right. What was the last
I really
point
enjoy-
Paul made, which was there's a bunch of robots
Androids,
around
yes.
for you to destroy. They're very expensive.
So yeah.
What do you enjoy?
I just really enjoy like seeing what you're gonna have me make up at the last minute, like the band that's at this place.
What's the name of the band, Paul?
I'm gonna let you know next week what the name of the band was.
You can't ask me to come up with an alias and not have me come up with a ridiculous.
No. I love it. It's beautiful. I love it.
Jen should go next.
I'll tell you what. I'll let the chat name the K-pop band.
Oh, that's the.
If they can come up with a good
my
K-pop
gosh.
band name, convince me. Sell me on it.
That's it.
Tell Adam. Yeah.
Yep.
So what's the move here?
So the reason that we are here together, clearly and totally logically, is that we assume that this K-pop band needs someone to do.
K-pop is
K-pop.
kids.
It's the kids' version of
Kids
K-pop.
version of K-pop.
Needs someone to handle all of their stage, special effects and laser lights and whatnot. And so that's what I'm there for.
Oh, nice.
This, I found this cool guitarist, and we were like, yeah, you clearly need a
Guitarist.
backup guitarist and special effects and lighting, because clearly that's not a thing that any band would bring with them.
Right. Okay, well, again, they're going to be like, they're open to maybe considering this, I guess, but like, this is real last minute. Like, they've fortunately, like, you seem to be very knowledgeable about stuff. Like, they brought you up. They like you kind of already, so they'll let you. What can you do? Demo your skills right here.
Okay.
You
It's
ready
not
for
gonna go
this?
well.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to
Yeah, you
be
should
the first
do
demo?
that thing.
I should do that thing?
Yeah, because it's gonna be a bunch of 4s.
No, see, I think you should do your thing because what we're gonna do is while you're playing, it's kind of simultaneous, but not quite. So
Sure.
while he's playing his guitar, because obviously I haven't had time to set up special effects in this room yet
Right,
because
no,
we
that's true.
just came up.
Oh, of
Talked to them.
course.
It's their
Yeah,
hotel room. There's regulations. You know,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
got to be respectful of the hotel room.
Right.
So I'm only able to show them the special effects of Matt's really awesome guitar,
Right.
which totally projects holograms when he plays it.
Ooh. Well, that's
Yeah,
something they could
It's
definitely use.
got light
That's
beams.
great.
It's a holophoner.
It's
Yeah.
super exciting holographic guitar. So
I had zero
could I do
expectation that holographic guitars were going to come into this issue when I was creating it.
I don't understand why.
This is
don't even tell us.
fantastic. I love
Logical
it.
things.
It's the best thing. All right, let's do it.
So
What's going
So we
on?
have to roll together.
can I basically give him a boost
Sure.
since we're kind of
Heck
doing
yes.
this together?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Convinced. You make
What
it.
if we work
You do a
together,
boost.
right?
What are you rolling? What's your plan? Tell me your
So
plan.
there's obviously no powers involved
Okay.
in this because what?
I mean, what falls on your power list?
Suggestion,
You can-
signature weapon, strength and vitality.
This seems
I
like
mean,
it could work with suggestions.
Suggestion would
Suggestions.
definitely work.
Sure.
Because
You're
You're
hard
crooning
on it.
along a tune of how good this is.
Right. You're trying to convince them that you're amazing at guitars.
So should I
Like that's
roll,
just.
That's Tingo.
should I
That
roll my
is
boost
suggestion.
first?
Sure.
Should I roll?
Yes,
First to
definitely
boost
roll
him?
first.
Okay, so I'm in the green, so D10, creativity and illusions.
Beautiful.
Clearly.
Yep.
So
And then also persuasion.
it's a 10, a 9, and a 2.
Oh, nice.
9 is your
So
mid.
a 9 gives you a plus
Yo, what up?
I got
3, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So you get a plus 3 boost on this overcome check.
Okay.
So what are you using now? Tell me about your die pool here.
Suggestion,
Yeah.
persuasion,
Okay.
Persuade them that you're good.
or music scene, or nothing is fine. You want me to default on that?
No. But I think it's got to be music.
No, okay. That's completely valid. And then status.
Nice. All right, there you go. That's
I
beautiful.
have a plus 3.
You get a plus 3.
It's fine.
How?
How bad could
What
it
could-
be?
what bad?
It
Go
could be
wrong.
all ones.
Ooh, it was close. No, that's a 6. It's a 9.
It's a 9.
It's a
okay.
9.
So you succeed. That is in the. What is the?
I don't have the chart handy.
The division in the chart there.
So a 9 is total success.
Total success. Right.
happens.
It's
They
about
buy
a
it.
twist. Right. So I thought that's fantastic.
They buy
so,
it and they're going to pay us.
Yeah, they're
What?
completely. You're in. You're in the band. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You.
Like, they're
you-
going to be upset when I'm not going to the
Describe
next show
how well
with
you
them.
rock out. Describe what happens here.
Yeah.
Tell me.
So I play a song. What do you do?
Nothing.
Just
Just here for
nothing?
moral support. No.
Oh, no.
So, well, what song are you playing? Because that clearly influences
Oh,
what.
right. What
That
song am
famous
I playing?
What
K-pop
pictures?
song.
Gangnam Style.
Vanilla by Gact. Ha! You knew it.
Vanilla?
It's a song. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Okay, I have a band name.
Okay.
It's actually 3 band names.
Okay.
So this band name is MC2J, which is actually like all of your initials, but it's a conglomerate of 2 different K-pop bands to form one supergroup. And those bands were the Stellanovas and 21 Cats, 21-KATZ,
Yes.
which features 36 young Korean girls in cat ears and an old dude with a bass guitar who also wears cat ears.
No human ears.
Cat ears.
But this supergroup is MC2J.
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 I like that a lot.
Oh, God, I
Thank
hate
you.
that I have to write this down. Why did I think this was a good idea?
What I really like is GMing a game where things go off the rails immediately. I have to start making things up, but then instead of having to make up names myself, I can just outsource it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty great.
Be like, make something up for me.
Yeah,
I'm going to
it's-
keep running this.
Every
Yeah.
GM's dream.
No, it's the best thing. It's the best thing. I love it.
It's,
So
yeah.
you're doing the song Vanilla
Yeah, by the band Gact.
about vanilla things?
No, I have no idea what it's about. It's in Korean.
It's about vanilla things.
I
It's fine.
don't speak Korean. I'm playing the music, which turns out is not in a language.
You're just playing
Not
a
in a
guitar
specific-
line to it, so it's not like you have to sing or anything. You're good.
So I'm just
Man.
Yeah.
like real good at it.
Yeah, rocking out.
Music is the language of love.
That's true. But all music is the language of love. What I'm saying is
Music-
regional dialects
No.
of love language.
Music transcends languages, Matt.
Well, so what about your...
Okay, so you're playing
It's
the
only
guitar.
because I couldn't play Africa again.
And you're playing the song. So we've got, clearly there's going to be like some lights. It's going to kind of come out like a laser light show. So you're going to see the beams that then kind of craft the images. And so we're playing a song about vanilla. So
It's fine.
I don't know. There's going to be like ice
there's
cream. There's going to be cute
easily
cat
a dozen people in
pictures
chat right now looking
everywhere.
that up.
Right.
Because we've got
Sure.
cat ears and stuff, right? Yeah. So we're going to have tiny little cute cats popping up and like ice cream cones
not our
everywhere.
character names, that makes sense.
And it's just going to be the most epic laser light show about vanilla things and cats that you've ever. It's amazing.
That's great.
It's so amazing that you cannot describe how cool it is.
That's excellent. That's exactly the right level of amazingness that I like for this situation. That's great. Good. So laser lights and stuff. So yeah, so you're
I'm
in
on
the
the
band.
wait staff.
So
You made your choices.
No, I regret nothing. I'm being a responsible team leader.
I don't understand.
you all.
You know,
We
if
don't
we
have
had
a team
someone
leader.
to tell us what to do, we wouldn't get into these messes.
I mean, I don't know why you
I don't
just go
understand.
first.
So you all now have good covers. You're going to be on the guest list. You're just in the band. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
So
a really good cover.
yeah, and so
That's
you're
my
all
whole
going to be
design.
able to get in there like an hour or two in advance, kind of to do setup stuff. So it doesn't start till 8, but you'll be able to get in there at 6 and start doing setup and stuff like that. So you're good to go. Is there anything else you want to try to figure out or do or learn
This
about?
allows me to not have to like wear a tuxedo or
Right.
something. That would look ridiculous on this character.
Go shopping, make sure I get like generic waitstaff outfit.
Perfect. Yeah, you can do that.
I'm gonna be in like nice, a traditional dress, but it's gonna be black, obviously, because I'm backstage. I'm stagehand kind of thing. But,
Sure.
It'll be very nice attire. Just
So I'll build up to asking Jodie what she's gonna wear.
I know. So
Jodie?
Bubbles.
What are you gonna wear?
An astronaut outfit, cowboy boots and a cowboy hat, and a bow tie.
Yeah, clearly
Perfect. Done.
the best.
Just fun tack. Just
Cool.
nice.
When she gets really excited, it spins.
How often do you think that bubble helmet needs to be Windexed?
I recreate it periodically.
Oh, that's right. It's part of your powers.
Part of my powers.
Oh, that's right.
Otherwise,
It's
like
just the perfect
every 5 minutes.
Constantly.
Otherwise, that's just stupid. Don't be ridiculous.
In the middle of this clearly logical game we have
Right,
going
yeah.
on.
Perfect.
God.
All right, are you ready to go to the soiree, to the party? Do you want to figure out anything else or do anything else before then?
So, question: what is the plan as far as outside of the game? What is our plan of trying to figure out, like, what kind of, how are we going to get information out of this gala? Are we trying to
I mean,
follow
this is inside the
specific
game. Sounds like
people?
this is,
Yeah,
this
sure.
is exactly inside the
Are we
game.
trying
we
to
have to
figure?
live the
Are we
Please
trying
have
to
this conversation in the game.
follow specific people around to see what they're doing? Are we just trying to get in and talk to certain people and schmooze information out of them?
I think that if we see anybody that matches Briefcase Ninja Man, obviously prime target.
Kill
Anybody?
anyone with a briefcase. Got it.
Please don't do that. just don't. No.
Kill everyone with a briefcase. Got it.
This is so difficult. Way more difficult than it needs to be. I think that we're going to have to be reactive to whatever happens. I don't think we can plan for this because as far as we know, like rockets and or cyber attacks and or both,
Yeah, which like
which
So
was
yeah,
covered
we're
by
the
and
best-
or, so I
expecting
don't
some
know
sort
why I
of-
did that.
Attack here, like presumably, since it matched a hacker signature, some sort of cyber attack, probably.
Yes, so
And so like,
do you
dur-
wanna-
like it takes me like 5 minutes to make the bubble things,
Right, yeah.
and I'm like,
Done.
whatever, I'm gonna
Right,
do
yeah.
stuff. I'm gonna look for like things that are like prime targets, or like
cool. As soon as you're up there and stuff like that, great.
it's definitely the robots.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the robots.
It's definitely the robots.
That's entirely possible.
Just be in the room.
Well, yes.
Problem solved.
Before any of before we even go in there, I want you to make me a radio that won't break,
Yes.
please.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea.
something
Because
we
the rest of
talked
us got
about.
radios last time.
Yep, we all got
you
radios.
can do that if you declare that you're doing that now. Your power set is such that
Yes.
that is definitely a
I
doable thing.
declare that I craft a radio
That is
real enough
Real enough to work,
so
but
that
not
it
so
can't
real
be,
that you
it's
can't
not
break.
actual electronics that you can break.
I'm sure last time you also got a radio, and then it immediately broke,
Well,
and then they
yes.
gave you another radio, and
Right.
that one also.
I fixed it for a while, but you know, doesn't really
It
work.
was sparking, and you like your hair. That's actually why you have the half shave. It's just that's where the radio singed most of the hair off.
So as you're preparing for this and everything like this, you get periodically you have people come in and out and they're like, oh, let's get you some waiter outfits. I'll help you get your waiter outfits. And I come over here. You're going to be in. Somehow you convince yourself to be in the band. That's a great cover.
Yeah.
Good job.
Here are your cat ears.
On stage, behind,
we can make you
backstage,
some
on the
sweet,
floor,
some
behind
sweet
the
costumes.
scenes.
What do you want him to give him?
Cat ears.
Oh,
obviously.
absolutely. No. Here you go. They come in. Here's your cat
Great.
ears. You're
And
gonna
a
have both.
bubblegum
But
pink
they're
outfit.
like, they're super fancy
Fine.
caddies,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like that's part of our
Yes.
radio. They've got, maybe they can
Right.
overhear
Shoes.
things better.
Do you
want
to make them do that?
I want them to be fancy cat ears. So I want them to be able to.
Do you want
like,
to secretly mod the cat ears in
Yeah.
advance?
Yeah, so they can like amplify so that like while he's on stage rocking out, we can still hear what's going on off stage, or like we can
They're
talk to
functional
each
cat
other.
ears.
Yeah.
That's real
Can
good.
you
So
direct them?
if you want,
Yes, they move.
if you want, like I'd let you make a boost here for stuff.
Okay.
Like make them into a boost some kind of way. If anyone has a way to make a
Or
persistent
if
boost.
they just show me what the cat ears
No.
that the rest of the band
Mm-hmm.
has look like, I can just make real enough cat ears like his radio.
Sure.
I'm going to work on
Whatever
scavenger
is
bot.
better.
Yeah, like you
Sure
can
it's-
make your radios be in the cat ears. Done. No
Okay.
problem. If
Yeah.
you want them to make you better than you would normally be at things, I'll have you roll for that and make a boost. But like,
Okay, I want them to actually like give us some benefits. So I'll
nice.
roll
Yeah, you
for a
can you can spend time. You can actually roll once for each character if you want in advance. Make everyone a one-time use boost of
Okay.
cat ears. Everyone's will be their bespoke, custom quality cat
So
ears
I'm
if
going
you
to use
want.
a
How is
D10
Scavenger
because
Podcast?
of illusions.
You know, that's a really good question. I think I'm going to have to paint Scavenger Bot like in a formal tux. I mean, obviously he's still rusty and sparking,
Yeah.
and
He's just got a bow tie.
but
No, I have
he's got a bow
rusty.
tie, and
Yeah.
you know he's painted now.
Chat would like Matt to sing in the K-pop style.
No, I'm good. you think you want that?
I thought you were going to make a different joke.
Correction. The universal language is Smash Mouth, which is distinctly unique from music.
Oh my god.
You know, it's good to spit you out.
Yeah, I'm good.
What are you, Jody?
I'm good. No. Look, Jody's still dying.
Jody's just not breathing.
This is pretty good for me.
Can we get a one shot of Jody's purple face?
Ooh.
There it is.
Okay, so I'm clearly going to use illusions, which is a D10. Unfortunately, I don't know that creativity is going to get me quite as far along in this endeavor. Yeah, because I'm trying to improve.
Right,
the
you're trying to improve a
technology of
specific thing.
this.
So it's not like before creativity is perfect because you're trying to.
Right. So, this is not going to build me a great pool, but it's the best I've got.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my history from one of my past lives as like a radio tech.
Oh, heck yes.
So that I better understand the technology that I would need to use to kind of craft these ears that can, you know, hear what's going on and clue in on things. And we're in the green, so it's another D10. So that's 2 D10s and a D6.
Nice.
I like to think that since this is a past life, this
Yeah.
is like a World War I or World War
That's what
II,
I'm thinking.
Like radio
Yep,
operator.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
really cool.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Right, and these will all be like this is a weird thing you're doing, so they'll all be different. You know, they'll all look basically the same, but
Right.
the effects will be different. So who are you making this one for? You can just kind of go down the line and make 4 of them if you want.
Yeah, let's start with Bubbles, because I think Bubbles would be the most excited about these cat ears.
Oh, that's great.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. And
they
they,
just
they,
stick it on
they
the hat?
need to, yeah, they're going to just attach onto your cowboy hat. Just kind of
Yes.
7,
terrible.
8, and a 3. So
Nice.
7 is
Oh
my
wow,
mid.
it's a +2.
Nice.
Okay.
So you
have a
now here's
+2.
what you go.
Oh.
The +2 cat ears, and you can choose to use those anytime you want when you're trying to perceive or pay more attention to something. You can use that as a one-time use boost. Like the cat ears will stay with you. You can only use the mechanical effects of the boost once. So
Sure.
that's how it kind of
Yeah.
functions. Yep.
Okay. All right. Mishap.
I like that everybody now has cat ears, despite the fact that I'm the only one in the band.
Yes.
Obviously,
A
we're
10, a
there
6,
to
and a
support
5.
the
So
band.
6.
But the 6 is also a +2.
All right.
Big
+2 to
fans.
Mishap.
Thank you.
Here you go, Mishap.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
A 9, 8, and a 2.
An
So
8?
8.
Ooh, that's a +3.
Oh. Well, I had to really boost those so you
Yeah,
could hear
so you
over
can hear
your
over all of the-
illustrious
Yeah.
K-pop
Yeah.
music.
Over the keytar.
30 girls.
It's canon
30
now. There's 30 dancers in the band.
A 3, a 6, and a 4.
All right, so that 4 squeaks by, gives you +2 as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
right.
Plus 2 range is 4 to 7. So you got the full range there.
Those are pretty good boosts.
Plus 2, yeah. That's quite solid. Because you pre-planned, declared that in advance, you got to do a bunch of them. That's super cool. Anything else you want to figure out? So as you're kind of planning this out, and the UN is coming in and out, I said before, bringing you some stuff. John England also comes in and says that they've done a little bit more digging as they've got here on the ground, trying to refine in a little bit more what is potentially going on. And they know that it looks like what the hackers were after as they were trying to get into the mainframes of Shen Pharmaceutical was information about some sort of biomimetic isotope that that can be used for all sorts of different properties. It's a new material that Shen Pharmaceutical was working on that can basically let you do mass vaccinations and mass antibiotic deliveries and things like that for remote areas where there are big outbreaks of diseases or anything like that. And it could be incredibly valuable to someone that wants to do something like that. And they're the only one that's come anywhere near making it. So they've got this special compound that is in special chemical formula. And the hackers were trying to hack into their mainframes and actually succeeded. But the information is nowhere to be found on the mainframe. So now that looks to be what they're after somehow.
So do you have any guesses about why they would be attacking here at this?
Well, just because
party,
the CEO of Shen Pharmaceuticals is going to be here.
They think it's going to be on his person? Or
Yeah, her name is Yan Lu.
Okay.
So she's the CEO of Shen Pharmaceuticals.
Got like a little flash drive with her.
And I don't know, but it looks like they're targeting specifically targeting this event to try to at least find some
passwords
information.
to get into that information.
Where this event is in their corporate building, or is it?
Yeah, this is in their corporate building. Okay. Yep, it's being hosted by them, and a few different other companies are all pulling together to host it. This is just an event about. Well, she's probably going to talk about this stuff. Other people are going to talk about their other work in pharmaceuticals, bioinformatics, other biotech stuff, everything like that from all over the world.
Yeah,
people are in here. A bunch of high profile guests are here, as well as a bunch of their research partners and interns and other stuff like that. Yeah.
John, important question.
Absolutely.
Do you want cat ears?
No, but thank you for the offer.
Okay.
So accurate. Probably. I don't know.
I just imagine Bubbles bouncing over and being like, "Hey, mister, do you want some cat ears?"
Anything else you want to do or figure out before you go?
Do we know?
I like the cat ear plan.
Do we know what the CEO looks like?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
She's you have a photograph of her.
Great.
So you can see what she looks like. And
It was Yan Lu?
Yeah. Yan Lu.
Do we know what the purpose of the bomb was at the expo hall? It was attached to a rocket, and it seemed to have
It definitely seemed to be, as far as when you did your research on there, didn't find anything more besides what the UN kind of told you looking into it. But it looked like it was planted to be. It was specifically the thing that was up on stage, and certainly the assumption is that it was to assassinate Carolyn Falk. But
why? What are you
More
thinking?
stage bombs.
Well, no, it's just odd that they had 2 bombs, one of which was attached to a rocket and had this elaborate fail-safe system. It's just I understand the bomb at the podium. That's very clearly meant as an assassination. But the other bomb, what was that for?
The other bomb was located very near the computer that they went into and hacked into. And so that is where you got the connection to this place. So if the bomb had gone off, you wouldn't have never gotten the connection to Shanghai here.
Okay.
So that's certainly a plausible hypothesis.
Well, yes.
That the UN would. That's what the UN thinks possibly is what's going on.
Should we be worried about another bomb on stage? Other than Matt. On stage.
Way harsh.
Shouldn't be worried.
Way harsh stuff.
I mean, yes, I think that it's a possibility. Trying the same trick again, though, seems...
Are there any rockets?
Unless that's the sort of thing they do, where just everywhere they go, plant bombs.
I guess we'll find out.
I mean,
this could be some sort of supervillain. That could be their thing.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Yep. Okay. So we'll just be
Cool.
vigilant.
All right.
aware.
Does that mean you're ready to go?
I think so.
All right, here we go. So you come up there. You all get in a little bit early. You're setting some stuff up. Unless you want to do anything during setup, I'll start the party kind of as you're getting set up. You're putting out the bubbles. You're walking around slowly. Very fancy people start to come in. the band is tuning up their synthesizers and speakers. There's a lot of AV work plugging in. In the back there, you're kind of doing stuff. What are you doing to get ready for the light and laser sound show?
Well, I would probably be feverishly sketching the different things that need to be appearing on stage in the background of this
the programming for the guitar.
Right.
I like to think that you have an actual sketch pad, but it's in like a broken iPad. Like, yeah, it's totally digital
Right,
or whatever.
exactly, yeah.
It's just happening.
They're like, "Are you using a paintbrush on your iPad?" No, it's fine.
It's fine.
The stylus.
Yeah, it's the eye brush.
Right.
It's new.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So as you come in there, you start out, the party starts starting, and more people come in with their fancy clothes on, and it's getting full, and you got a bunch of really expensive, fancy-looking robots going around. They've like got silver and gold and diamonds on them. They're carrying hors d'oeuvres and some champagne. There's some champagne. We actually have a whole
I really thought
whole picture here of the party. You can kind of see what it looks like. You can pass it around.
Oh, very
So
cool.
here you are.
That
And
is
in
nice.
fact, you're in this cool room. So this room is
That's super
all
cool.
glass all the way around you. The ceiling
Great.
is glass.
They are
the
totally
walls
gonna
are
break.
glass. And in fact,
Nothing
the floor
can
is
go
glass.
wrong.
And you
Wow.
can see the entire city down 40 floors below you. So if you're not used to it, it's
Wow,
got a little bit of
that's
a vertigo kind of effect being up here. But it lets you have this whole full view right in downtown Shanghai of all of the buildings around you, the river down there. You can see down across the river, across the street to the one where you were staying in your
This is
hotel.
like the size of a ballroom or something.
Yes, the size of a ballroom. It's quite large, and it goes all the way around the central column of this building up on the 35th floor. So you're quite a
Is
ways
it just
up.
a sheer drop, or?
Yeah, I mean, like there's nothing below you.
Okay.
So the building, you're only connected, like the central is probably the elevator shaft and everything comes up in the middle, and then there's beams, that support it radiating out in roughly kind of a circle shape. But for the most part, it's all very thick glass. It's like if you've been in St. Louis to the Science Center, walking through, it doesn't turn.
It doesn't turn.
But if you've been to the Science Center and you walk across the bridge, across the highway, you can look down and
Don't be
see the cars underneath you on the.
There's a
It's like that, but a
restaurant.
whole floor for a whole ballroom,
There's a
basically.
restaurant in
And there are
Military.
bubble sculptures all over. There's a podium on one end for speakers to come up and address people with kind of a little backdrop behind them. On the other end, there's another podium for the band. That's what you're setting up.
giant stage.
Yeah.
30.
There's the whole truss for lights all up around
Intermingle
there
dance.
with all the other stuff. So I assume you're working on that kind of
Yeah.
as you go through.
Yeah.
And you see a bunch of people come in. Now there's basically between 200 and 300 people at this party total. But it seems like basically there's 5 different companies or organizations that have really brought people to this. So there's a group of Americans, there's a few different Chinese companies, and there's a Korean company and things like that. That just as you kind of like looking out there and seeing, that's what you vaguely are aware of. So now this is the start of the party. What we're going to do, how I'm going to kind of run through this whole event, is I'm going to like describe what's going on at a particular phase of the party, then run through each of the 4 of you to tell me what are you doing right now, what are you trying to accomplish, what do you see, what do you want to do, and then we'll go to the next phase. There'll be quite a few phases. We'll step through here, and you can let me know what you're doing, and I'll let you know what's happening. Want to start out?
Oh, sure. This is still during setup.
This is right. No, the party is now started.
This is right at the
Party
beginning of the
started
party.
is before
Yep.
the band's gone on.
Okay.
So the band will go on in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I want to do, so I have the distinct advantage of being up on stage, as does Hourly Rage, where we've got a really good vantage point of the room because we're slightly elevated and everything else. So I want to see, I want to locate Yanlu and see like
Yeah.
where on the floor she is so that I can kind of keep an eye on
Right.
her as things are going on.
Right.
So I
So
think that would probably be...
she's out there kind of with some, she's got some champagne and some hors d'oeuvres, and she's wearing a really fancy cocktail dress well, with like a cool necklace on, and has her champagne and has cool, like she's like fancy CEO. She's got a decent amount of money. And she's talking to another guy who is from the Korean company that's around here, he's dressed real fancy. He's got like bleached hair and a goatee. Looks kind of like Guy Fieri, and he's there talking, and he's got really fancy suit on, and he's chatting there. And then there's also an American woman who's standing there talking to them as well, and she's dressed a little bit much less expensively, but still in like a nice suit and things like that. And she's from, you're not sure where she's from this place, but she's American somewhere. They're talking about something. Yeah, it's hard to tell exactly where they're from or who they are or whatever from the stage, but you can see them and see what's happening. So that's what it is, these 3 people. And it looks like, from what your interactions, your observations socially, this guy looks like he's in charge of the group, of the Korean company that's here, and she looks like she's in charge of the American contingent that's here.
Okay.
So.
But Guy Fieri's here.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the important thing.
Right.
Anything else you want to do from this vantage point right now? You could.
I mean, it would be amazing to kind of try to overhear what they're talking about, to know if either of these people that she's talking to might be like trying to get competitor information from her or anything like that that might help us figure out who would be trying to steal the technology from her.
Only
So
you had like cat ears.
So if you want to go from here and be like, the band hasn't started yet, it's a little bit quieter,
Yeah.
I'm going to really try, what are you doing to try to describe your, I'm trying to hear them from a distance moves, which could be one of a billion different things. So I want you to tell me what it is, and then we'll construct a...
Well, as we've established, I do have a history as a radio operator in like World War II, so I'm very used to trying to tune out all of the chaos of an area around me, so that I can really focus in on
like
what's coming through the radio and what's
bombs
going on.
And everything out there, you got to hear what they're saying.
I'm really nice, really focused. I can multitask; it's fine. And then I would probably use awareness. Getting an awareness of the room. Because I've already kind of mentally prepared myself for, okay, we're looking for a bomb. We know we need these CEOs. Like, I've already prepared myself for the things I need to be focusing on throughout this event. So I'm very aware of the situation around me, which is why I pre-prepped with all of my sketches beforehand, so I didn't have to focus as much on my illusions. I could focus more on the room.
Right.
Okay. And then D10 for my green status.
Great, so this will be an overcome
+2
right here?
for my cat ears.
You can add +2, yep. You can use your mid die +2. All right, so your mid die is a 3.
Yep.
So that bumps you up to a 5. Okay, so you succeed with a minor twist.
Yep.
So what happens is you're listening, you're kind of trying to figure that out, and this is what they say. This is what you hear them saying. You see both of them. It turns out the woman, the American woman, is referred to as Elaine by them, and it seems like the Korean guy is referred to by initials, like he's that guy that goes by initials. So it's RCM. So that's who they refer to as they're talking. So you learn that. You learn that much. It seems like she's some sort of professor or something. He's some sort of CEO or something. You basically learn that. And they're both very interested specifically in this new isotopic compound that Jenn Pharmaceuticals has figured out, right? They're both kind of really pressing her for more information about that. Like, are you going to talk about it more? Like, this could be a huge breakthrough for stuff. Like, share with us. And clearly it seems like, I don't know, probably a reasonable guess that, like, you have a professor interested in it from a research perspective and another company interested in it from a, like, how much money are you going to make perspective. Like, definitely, Jan Lu's company is a for-profit company, right? So they could definitely make a bunch. So it's an interesting, that's what you learn from that.
Okay.
Yep. So move on. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to start following these robots around.
Okay.
Mainly because they have food.
Oh, absolutely.
Scarf a bunch of food.
Nice. Yeah.
But
they've got a lot of like meat on sticks. They've got like some cool, like there's a bunch of different stuff, and it's an interesting combination of like Chinese, Korean, and American food and hors d'oeuvres and things like that. And it's all stuff you can eat with your fingers, but they'll have like sticky buns, and they'll have like shrimps on sticks, and they'll have some.
This is the best.
Yeah, right. They'll have a bunch of little like rolled up barbecue meat kind of things like that. So it's all real good. A bunch of different
yeah, I'm into that.
Stuff. Yeah.
I kind of want to see how intelligent they are.
The robots.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really trust them. It's weird.
Kind of go along.
Yeah.
What are you going to do to figure that out?
So they're capable of some level of like conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
The robots?
Yeah.
If you go up to them, they very vaguely, they seem like they have recorded, they don't really have mouths.
Oh, okay. So it's not like AI.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's honestly enough.
Yeah. They seem very programmed.
Gotcha.
Like super well programmed. My goodness, are they good at robotics?
Okay.
Right. But like they're basically tool. They're not like, they don't reach the level of, they don't seem to be sentient in any way. They seem to be like, hold a tray and walk around this room.
They're not even like bordering on sentience.
They don't seem to be.
About as good as your cell phone will talk back to you, or?
Yeah, plus, but like the articulation and the ability to make movements and things like that's amazing.
Yeah, that's
and like clearly they know like, they have enough visual processing programming that they can tell, like, oh, here's some people that might want some more champagne. Gotcha. I will bring them the tray of champagne and take the empties away. Ah, my tray of champagne is now full of only dirty glasses. I should go back to the kitchen and refresh it. You know, like, they're good. They know, they seem to just flawlessly do that.
Okay.
So, it's
quite
impressive, to be honest. They also, like, are really freaking fancy. Like, look, they've got, like, sapphires and silver plating and gold plating. Like, that looks like it's actually silver and gold and sapphires. Like, it's really, really fancy.
So what happens when Matt's character takes a tray away from one of them?
Yeah. What happens?
Do you take a tray away from one of them?
Yeah, no, like, just of the food. I'll be like, oh, cool, thanks.
So you take it, they just let you have it, and they go back to the kitchen to get another one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and all the robots also have like a stamp on the back, like a corporate insignia that says RMG on the back.
RMG.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where they're from. Yeah. But yeah, so they completely are fine with you taking a tray. Like, they're clearly
you're the guest.
You're the guest.
Cool.
You want 12 glasses of champagne.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who am I, as a robot, to not let you 12 glasses of champagne? And they'll go back and they'll get more. I assume you took some of the snacks.
Yeah, it was all snacks. But
good. So you're just sitting there like eating off a tray of snacks.
Champagne pong in the back.
You could go grab 2 trays in there.
Go grab
very
2
small.
trays.
Robot, bring me a tiny ping pong ball.
Go.
It'll fit in a champagne flute. There you go. You could make a bubble.
Perfect.
Problem solved.
You know,
so
let's just not do the superhero thing.
If you're gonna make me come up with in this game rules for champagne pong, I will. Like, if that's really the direction this is going,
he's
just
the
so
only
you know.
Player. He's definitely winning or losing depending on how you look at it.
Correct.
Both.
It depends on if it's head to head or if it's against NPCs.
I'm winning and everyone else is assuming someone lose.
You let me know.
A lot.
You're just teaching the robots how to play.
Right.
That would take
smarter.
An overcome check to reprogram the robots to play champagne pong with you. Like, that's at least one overcome check.
They're getting in the way of my drinking.
All right. So you learned some stuff. That's what you're working on. And then you got your guitar on. You're kind of ready to go for when the concert starts.
Yeah, I'm not going far from the stage.
Perfect.
So the easiest way to sabotage these things would be, well, yes, but would be to like gain control of them somehow. Like they are clearly able to blend in and do whatever they need to do, and they're probably worth a fortune. I'm going to stand near a robot until it starts to malfunction, and then I'll escort it to the kitchen and say, this one seems to be having issues. Where can I take it so that they can look at it?
Absolutely. So you do that, and the robot, it just starts to like move in a very jerky kind of fashion and like walk in circles instead of serving food to some people. And then
people are reaching
it has, and they're like, it won't let them, they'll just keep walking in circles. And you're like, this is some sort of weird game where I have to like time it. I don't know, I'll go get some sticky buns over there. Right, so they stop paying attention. And then you're like, oh, it's malfunctioning, it's great. So you kind of walk in the kitchen, you're dressed as a waitstaff, right? And then so you do that, you come in. What do you say to them? What's your approach here?
This one started walking around in circles and not letting guests take food. Is there a place where I can take it to have it repaired?
So you come in and you say that, and the first person you teach you in the kitchen, they don't speak English. So
I just keep asking around.
Yeah, you keep asking, right? And as you ask around, so what happens? They like call someone else over, they call someone else over, and finally you get someone like that is wearing like a corporate kind of jumper and looks like they're working for a company, and it has that same RCM logo on it. And he says, "Oh yeah, I'll take it down to the catering van down in the garage. Like we can fix them up down there. There'll be no problem." So, thank you very much for letting us know.
You're welcome.
All right. So they take it downstairs. The robot's getting fixed. So anything else you want to do over the course of being in here? Interactions with them, interactions with the kitchen.
I'm going to wait for it to come back because I want to see if it acts different after it's been fixed.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
And I've got bubble sculptures to maintain periodically. I'm going around just like
refreshing them.
Blip, blip, blip,
Yep.
fixing popped bubbles. But like
the few antisocial and bored people that just stand next to them and pop bubbles.
Most of them don't pop when you press them.
Nice.
So,
Your fingers pop instead.
So, but that's
dark,
just
really fast.
that's kind of just a cover for what I'm actually doing. I'm actually
Okay.
trying to keep an eye out for anyone who's doing suspicious things that isn't part of our group, because our group's definitely.
Yes, that's definitely true.
I need some more doors and
Yeah.
was gonna banter at a robot and see if I
Right.
could break its dumb brain, but I
Right.
wasn't smart enough.
And I don't actually have any
to
powers
talk
that are
to.
helpful for this.
Yeah, but this is going to be
But I've got-
like observation kind of
Yeah,
stuff like that.
and
So
I have-
give me an argument for it. What you're doing?
So I don't have any powers that work for
Sure.
that, but I have an alertness quality,
Oh yeah, nice.
and then I have a status.
That's true.
And,
And you do have a +2 if you want it.
do I have to decide before I roll if I use that?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to use it yet.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
we'll see how it goes. So I've got a 1, a 4, and a 6. So I've got a 4.
Oh, okay. Yes, you succeed with a minor twist. So what you notice here is that you're kind of looking around and scouting people, and there's nothing specifically overtly suspicious, to be honest.
Okay.
Except but there are some people that are definitely like observing the party a lot more than they are enjoying and being at the party, kind of like you and your friends are doing.
Sure.
Right. And
like a security team
yeah, right.
maybe,
They seem to
or-
come into two different groups.
Okay.
Actually, one of them are all people that seem to be very closely associated with Yan Lu, right? So they probably are Shen Pharmaceutical, and the other one are all sort of people that seem to be associated with the Korean company that's here, and I'll have the RMG logo kind of subtly on their suits and things like that.
Okay.
And but when you do this, as you're
I
looking
look around, and there's actually nobody attending. It's just all security people
Right, yeah.
watching other security
Right,
people.
yeah. One of the Shen Pharmaceutical security agents comes over and says, excuse me, young man, I noticed that you're here without an adult. Where are your parents?
Oh, I'm working.
What are you doing?
Do you see those bubbles?
Mm-hmm.
Then I run.
All right. So he like does this over in his collar, kind of a little bit, little radio kind of stuff, and
You were asking how we'd make it go
you
off the rails.
you
and
notice a
now
few
we
other
know.
security guards kind of coming around, looking for where you are. Where do you run to?
There presumably are some tables.
Yeah.
Do they have tablecloths?
There's a kind of a bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to dart underneath one of those
Okay.
first.
Okay. So what I'm going to need you to do here, because you're trying to hide, right?
Yes.
I want you to make one more overcome check, and I want it to be for hiding
Okay.
under a table.
Yep.
Sell me on some sort of die pool for hiding under
Oh,
a table.
Jesus Christ.
A 4 and a 6. Right? You have stealth.
No, I sure don't.
Remember, you have cat ears,
I do.
and you have your last issue's bonuses.
Yep.
That is true.
Here's actually what I'm going to do. I'm gonna make a bluff when I do this.
Okay.
I'm going to make like something roughly a bubble thing, roughly the size and shape of me. That's kind of sticking out underneath one end of a thing,
Yeah.
and then move away from that thing.
Oh, like you're going to put that under another
Yeah,
table.
I'm gonna make a decoy.
The decoy.
Yeah,
okay.
she's gonna make a pillow of bubbles under a blanket.
Right.
Yes.
Don't know that she
Just
ran
stuck out the
away.
window.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
definitely I'm using bubbles for this.
Right.
This is maybe persuasion.
Wait.
I looked for like a deception skill, didn't find one, so I picked persuasion.
Wait. Right.
Maybe creativity. Like
Creativity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go with creativity. I'll let you do that.
Yeah, that seems
I'll
fine.
buy that.
And then my status die. So this is just.
Saddest.
Are you going to use your cat ears?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Great. You're going to like using them to
giving a
pay
good
attention.
for where people are
Yeah,
and
exactly.
what's
To make
going
sure
on.
that
Yeah.
you can. Yeah, you got a +2 to this overcome here.
Yep. So I've got 1, a 6, and a 10.
Okay. So that gets you up to an 8 with the +2.
Yeah.
Right, because you're using
Yep.
you're not using your special ability for overcomes. It's just
Right, yeah.
You're the standard action. So you just completely succeed.
Cool.
So you are now hidden under a table. You're there. No one knows who you are. They can't find you. The security guards.
Good.
You lost them.
Good.
They're looking for you still.
Yeah.
Can't find you.
Were cat ears persistent or one-time?
No, one-time use.
Okay.
So you still have the cat ears. The cat ears exist as a thing you have, but the bonus is a one-time use kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, that happened. So now we go on and the party keeps going and you do all this kind of stuff. And it turns out as long as you wait, that robot never comes back. Specifically, gone forever.
Oh.
That's the end result of this, is you're waiting there for a long while.
By the way, I definitely let my team know what happened.
Okay.
I give them the update.
So because you got your radios.
I passed this on
hiding
to the
under a
team.
table.
Yeah.
The catering van downstairs is where they take malfunctioning robots, and the one that malfunctioned for reasons that are unknown to me never came back.
Interesting.
You know, I'm not really welcome up here anymore. Maybe I should go look at that.
That seems like a pretty good idea.
It's not the worst idea.
I mean,
Why don't you and I do that, and you two
You want
stay
us
up
to stay
here?
Okay.
Let's split the
and-
party, yeah.
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 Always good in
Always good.
RPG.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
My goal when I run RPGs is to split the party into at least 2 groups. Minimum. It's the best thing. It genuinely is very fun. Okay. So you kind of know what you're going to do when it goes forward. Yeah, so just to give you an update what's going on kind of in the scene here. The band is about to go on. So you're about to go on stage right now.
Yeah.
So the band now goes on stage, right? Everyone kind of stands around, the lights go down a little bit dimmer. It's well past sun. It looks awesome. Like you got the lasers and everything that are in there and they come down on you and the stage is illuminated. But remember, everything's glass. So around you and throughout you, like you've got like the kind of overcast sky glow from the city kind of bounces down on you, but then all of the buildings with all the multicolored lights come in, the whole like surrounding skyline of all these super tall buildings, and that's the backdrop for this whole thing. So it's really, really awesome. And so anyway, the band starts playing and that's what's going on. They keep going around with the drinks and orders and stuff like that. So anyway, you're up. What's going on? If you want to pass it or bump it on, who wants to go first? If someone knows what they're going to do, they can go first.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
definitely
you know.
waiting for the band to start before I make
Yeah.
an exit.
The band is about to start, or the band is playing?
The band is starting.
Okay, yeah.
Go.
I
Yeah.
have to perform.
Right, yeah.
I actually
So
have to do
tell
that.
me about it.
Talks his
Like,
way into it and then
wa-
doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Gets
Walk-
drunk on
just bail.
champagne.
Walk me
Right.
through being a guitarist for MC2J.
I feel like it's just pre-programmed, most of it. I can
Sure,
just
yeah.
hit play on this.
No, of course, yeah. Right, so you're up there playing. But are you doing anything
Playing.
else while you're playing? Are you like making anything else happen? Are you
I'm-
like focusing? I don't know.
I'm going to keep eyes on Yanlu
Okay.
because
See where she is.
you told me like what she's wearing, what she looks like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Talking to
We had a
you, all
photo,
that.
but like now I know. I can, as much as I can keep eyes on her, I'm going to,
Yeah.
while being distracted and actually playing in this band because I should actually play in this
Yeah.
band. I feel
Right, absolutely.
Feel
Well,
obligated.
well, you're
Feel
out there, you
obligated.
kind of see the party move, and you kind of know some key players are, and you see that Yan Lu is talking to one of a Chinese businessman who's there, who seems to be the leader of one of the other contingents, and the two of them are talking pretty extensively.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
just going from like conspiracy theory to conspiracy. I was like, it's the robots. I was like, it's probably not the robots. They're going to kidnap her.
Right, yeah.
Okay, it's this. Where
Right.
are all the bombs and where are the jetpacks?
Yeah, absolutely. So the two of them are talking, and then you notice the American woman who's there. She's talking to.
Get away from me.
There's a Chinese academic. He's in charge of another group that's there, and the two of them seem to be talking and being like very excited about some stuff. So that's kind of what you notice while you're playing on the show. So,
Cool.
Yep. Who do you kick it off to? Who goes next?
Jen.
Because I think I can help them.
Oh, good.
Great.
So, my thought is here that while I'm on stage and there's these laser lights and this scene going on behind me and all that, I want to craft a robot that malfunctions so that you can basically follow exactly where it goes, so that you can find the van and where these robots are going.
Nice.
Oh,
So
sure.
I want to
So you're gonna
create
one of these robots
right, make a robot
malfunction.
I'm going to draw one and bring one into
Oh,
existence
yeah.
that is malfunctioning,
Oh, wow,
so that
okay.
they take that one so that we can
Right.
track it specifically.
So this is a
where
completely
it
fake
goes.
robot from the start.
Yeah,
Like-
real enough.
Like they're going to get it down there.
A real enough robot. They're gonna be like,
unscrew it and it's just going to go.
yeah, it's just hollow or whatever. It's nothing.
Just made
Right.
of paint.
Okay, cool. But it's gonna look like
Right.
one of these ones malfunctioning. Bam.
Right.
Right there.
Yep. Yeah.
Totally do it.
And you can like take it to them, be like, here, it's broken, whatever, and then you can kind of sneak around and follow
Somebody
wherever
that's
it
good at
goes.
something.
Right.
Finally.
So
Yeah.
I want you to make an overcome to do that. That's
All right.
that's what it is. I'm going to see how well you succeed in making a fake malfunctioning robot.
Illusions, obviously.
Creativity.
Can I mean, I feel like I use that one a lot, but creativity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your bread and
seems the
butter.
best.
That's
yeah.
your, like, there's a few, like, when you're, like, going around making painted illusions.
Yeah.
You're using, like,
Yep.
you set it up so you have a thing like, oh, this is my die pool for
Yep.
this situation.
Hey Jen, I use bubbles for every roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
fair.
once in a while you get into
Finding
edge
a way
cases
to
where
use
you
bubbles.
don't. But,
That's what she rolls poorly.
right.
That's a 3.
It's a 3.
That is a 3. That is a 3. Do you want to fail or succeed with a major twist?
No, you want to.
I do, because this turned out so good for me last time. I only blew the ceiling off the building.
Hey, this time
Succeed
people will
with
just
a
plummet
twist.
40 stories.
Succeed with
No
a
problem.
major twist. Okay.
That's fine. We have somebody
Last
in the
time
room
it
that can do bubbles.
accelerated the
Oh, no,
story,
no,
so I
You
feel like, how
make-
could this go wrong?
You make a perfect replica of one of these bots
Yep.
that's like slightly malfunctioning in a very similar way to how you saw the bot malfunction before. So it's kind of walking around in circles, it looks like stuff, but it's indistinguishable from the other ones. So you totally succeed, and nothing blows up
Yes.
at all.
I'm terrified.
Ever again.
Yeah.
No internal combustion anymore.
Combustion ceases to work.
It's always good when he has to
That's
take
all right.
a long pause.
That's what major twist means. Is like, all right, give me 10 seconds.
What,
Right,
what,
no,
what
yeah.
I really hope here is that during GM prep, like at some point, he's going to start factoring this in.
Right, he's just going to come
So
up with a
like
list
chat
of major
will understand
twists.
that this is when it all kicks off.
Right.
Right. This is what happens.
Okay.
And you're under a table.
Yeah.
Right? So
no.
at your table sits down the security guard that you were talking to.
Perfect.
He sits down there, and so does someone else. And you see their legs, and their legs are under the table, right, like that. And you hear that they start talking
Yeah.
about some stuff. And they're just talking about. They're talking about like some kid that was loose in here that's running around that they're looking for,
No idea who that
that
could
they
be.
gotta actually be really vigilant for. They're also there has been no sign of any issues so far. Like their company, so it looks like it's two different security companies that are talking, and both of them are like, yeah, I haven't seen anything either. Yeah, I haven't seen anything either. And they're actually speaking English so you can understand it because they don't both speak the same language. It's like, it's the guy from Shen Pharmaceuticals speaks Chinese and there's someone who doesn't speak Chinese. Yeah. So they're kind of talking back and forth about this stuff so you can understand what they're talking about. And the guy who talked to you, it seems is the head of security for Shen Pharmaceuticals, is saying all these things, and the other guy's saying, I haven't seen anything either. Well, I'll keep the stuff on there. And they're having this really kind of heated conversation.
Okay.
So that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
All right.
Craft the robot. It doesn't
So-
function.
I hate it when
Everything's
you
terrible.
look down the barrel of the camera and you're like, okay,
Sometimes I'm looking at Adam because
now the thing happens.
there's certain things that Adam and I have talked about, which is kind of fun.
I go next.
Yeah. Go for it.
So you're hiding under a table.
Yes.
And I know you're hiding under a table because
Yeah.
you apprised us all of that situation.
Oh yeah, and I'm definitely
So-
letting you know that there's the security guard at this table now. Tie his shoelaces together.
I'm going to.
Do you?
I'm going to
You wouldn't have to make an overcome. I'll just let you do that.
put down my platter and escort the malfunctioning robot.
Okay.
And go over to the table, bold as brass, and say, "Excuse me, have you seen my son?"
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we've talked about this.
Right.
Good call.
And they're
He's very shy of strangers.
they say, I don't think so. Let me radio over. Some radio caller comes over and comes back. And they said, there was a child here earlier who was apparently unescorted that then ran away from the security guards. They've been kind of tracking him down. Could you describe your son?
Was he by the bubbles?
Yes.
That's him. He likes bubbles.
Oh, well, I'm glad you should supervise your son a little bit better.
I understand. It's very hard to keep track of him. He gets everywhere.
Working mommy.
I've got to escort this thing down to repair. Well, you can see.
Okay. We will definitely
If you see him, just send him
let
to the
you
kitchen.
know as soon as
that's where I'll
we
be.
find him, ma'am. We'll make an announcement. So
I appreciate
it's good
that.
to know that you're here.
If you were here right now, I could just take him with me, but
No.
that would be shocking that such a thing would happen.
What?
Right.
Coincidence.
So they'll let you know, but now they're like, worried, like, okay, we want to come back and come back here, and like we'll talk to them a little bit more as soon as you do this if you're working. So we'll keep looking.
Certainly, in response to that, I'm gonna sneak out. They're sitting on one side of the table. I'm gonna sneak out on the other side of the table, and just like pretend like I was crouched behind the table the whole time.
You try to sneak out the opposite side from where they're sitting.
And just pretend like I was crouched behind the table
right
the whole time.
as you look at the skirt, you're gonna come sneak out. There's someone else coming to sit at that end of the table.
Ew.
And they sit down.
Okay.
And it's another guy with one of the RMG insignias on. So he sits down on that side of the table, kind of across from the other two people who are talking, and comes in and he says something real fast in Korean to the other guy who's sitting over there, who says something back. I don't know, something happens up there, and then the other two people keep going back to speaking in English.
Okay. How many sides of this table are filled up now?
It was round.
It's round.
It's a circle.
So none, because there are no sides.
So 0 or all. Depending on your point of view, it's sort of a philosophical question.
I would like to use perspective.
Well, and also like the top and the bottom,
wonder
the inside and the outside, they're all filled, I guess, from that perspective.
Yakety Sax is in public domain yet, so we can just play it over every episode of this.
I think with Mishap still here, I'm just going to have to like come out from under the table.
Sure. So you come out, kind of between them. So now you're trying not to be seen, though.
I think I have to give up on that at this point.
Oh, okay.
I just have to pretend like this is a normal thing that people do.
Right. So you crawl out from under the table, and immediately the two, like the security people who are sitting there, all kind of like see you and stand up.
Yeah.
And look at you. And it seems like they leaving their phones on the table and whatever. And so it's like, you're that kid from before. And you stay here.
Well, but I've got to go.
You've got to stay here. Your mother was looking for you.
I was waiting while she was here.
Right here.
No, that was my plan.
Oh, okay.
To start doing that while.
Nice. Yes. Well, that's kind of going on. Right. But you just said that. So like, oh, she's looking. But you're like, yeah. Right, and so then you're right there, and just right after you kind of left, and you come over. So that all happens, and now you're reunited. What do you do?
If it's okay with you, I'd like to take my son home. He's obviously had a little bit too much excitement, but I still need to. Still need to take this robot down to get it serviced.
Okay. Well, make sure you keep an eye on him.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So, do either of you have? While you're standing here. Strange thing to do in this game, but I'm going to have you each roll an overcome for noticing details about something.
Sure.
Okay.
But what I'm going to do here, since it's a little bit tricky, given that there's a lot of people around here and are going on, is that you're each going to have a -2 hinder on this particular roll.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have no powers that help me.
This is sort of an exotic thing that I'm doing, that I'm trying to.
Yeah, this is just going to be completely straight.
But I have
this
D4 and a 2 D4s and a D6.
Right. Yeah.
I don't have any
just out of curiosity.
I have alertness that might help.
Yeah. Totally.
So.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm going to use my cat ears because this seems like an opportune time.
A 4.
Perfect.
So my mid is
a 1. No, it's a 4.
It's a 4.
Oh.
Which is a 4 because that is
+2 -2. Yeah.
+2. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So my -2 with a -2, I've got 2.
Right. So you could succeed with a major twist.
I don't know that I'm going to.
You can succeed with a minor twist.
I will succeed with a minor twist.
Absolutely. So what you notice is that they've all, like, two of the guys have left their kind of cell phone sitting on the table over there, and the one guy who is sitting on the opposite side of the table from the people who came up later has his hand down, kind of blocking his cell phone, but it's sitting there, and you see very clearly that there is a bar going on it, filling up, like a green bar, slowly like filling up like a loading bar, kind of on there. You see it kind of hit the 100% mark right at the end as you're going. But then meanwhile, what happens is, as you're standing up and you're doing this stuff, the main security guard guy who has talked to you initially and is there, picks up his briefcase, grabs the two of you and says, okay, I'll come with you as well to go out take the robot down, make sure you get out safely. I want to make sure there's no unaccompanied minors here anymore. So you're now accompanied by this individual.
You're
fantastic.
Accompanied minor.
Okay.
And the person who had the progress bar was was talking with this guy specifically in Korean?
Sat down while this guy was talking to another guy.
This is the third guy.
So there were 3 guys. There were 2 guys with the RMG logo on it, and then this guy is from Shen Pharmaceuticals.
All right.
So the Shen Pharmaceuticals guy go with you. He was talking to a guy from with the RMG logo on, and another guy with the RMG logo had the loading bar on his cell phone.
Okay. Well, we're just going to walk away, and as we're walking, I'm going to say to him, so we're here with the UN. Carolyn Falk can vouch for us, as can the UN. The man that we just left had a progress bar on his phone that was slowly filling up. Given that we know that hackers attempted to steal the biomimetic formula from Shen Pharmaceuticals, you might want to check on that.
She said, oh, thank you very much. And suddenly, and a lot of Chinese, says a lot of things in Chinese into his thing, and is
and I'm saying this into my radio so the rest did.
Sure.
Make your way down with the robot on your own. Well, I'll go back. So now you don't have an escort anymore, and there's a lot of talking that's going on.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I describe the guy as best I can.
We pass this on
right,
to our teammates.
very good. Okay.
Wicked solo.
Yeah.
Just still.
A wicked guitar solo. I don't know
Is
what
that
a
Final
wicked.
Countdown?
I don't know. I think so. Maybe it's like really unclear to me. Like I don't know what K-pop guitar solos sound like.
Oh, listen. Immediately after we finish,
Okay,
I'm gonna
we're gonna do that.
figure out what that means also. I don't know off the top of my
That's
head.
fantastic. So you're doing that and you're playing. And so as the band plays, you've all kind of done a bunch of stuff as we go on, and you play for a while. You're looking out. You hear this information in the middle of your set, and you notice that there's some like movement of some people. Sure enough, shortly after that, this security guard comes over, goes immediately over to Yan Lu and talks to her, and kind of figures out some various things that are going on, and then they're in a deep like conversation, kind of over there, pulled off to the side, and so that's what's happening as it comes to the end. Who wants to go now? As the whole concert comes to an end, and you've done all this stuff, as the concert winds down, what do you do?
I'm a little reactionary. I think somebody else should go first.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like maybe somebody over there.
'Cause you're
who are
going down to the
trying
van
get-
right
trying
now,
to
so
get
yeah.
into the
We're
van.
trying to play the game.
People,
I think that going down to the van is still a valid plan. We don't know. I mean, we think RMJ is involved. We don't know if all of them are. But
Yeah.
certainly
Yeah,
tracking this down. is
RMG,
the best.
in case it's
I'm
clear.
sorry, RMG.
That's all right. I might have misspoke previously.
So yeah, I'm going to continue to escort this thing down to the van.
All right. So you go down to the van. You're just going down to the van on your own now. Do you know where the van is?
No, let's do.
Oh, the 2 of you are going to the van. Do you know where the van is?
It's the catering van downstairs, and I'm just going to keep asking for directions until
Okay.
somebody.
So you
still
get
have the robot.
I still have the
right.
robot.
Okay.
So you get directions and you ask, and you got to find people that speak English, but you kind of get people to point and stuff like that. And you finally go down to level B4, which is one of the parking garage levels, and your elevator kind of bing, because it goes off and you're down there. And now it is a whole like underground parking garage, kind of the concrete pillars and all the parking spots all along, like you've been in, I'm sure, a bunch of times, like you've seen what these look like. And this one's totally empty, except for nearish the elevator, there's a big panel van, right? And it has a bunch of characters on the side of it in Korean, and it has like pictures of food on it and all sorts of other stuff like that. So,
Okay.
yep.
I escort the robot right there. As if I'm continuing my action, I'll do that. If you want me to pass it off, I'll do
Yeah.
that.
So there's someone sitting in the driver's seat. Sitting there.
I put my hand on the hood of the van, and you wanted to say something?
I was gonna say, like, if you're gonna have like a real normal conversation with a human, like, and we don't know how it's gonna go, maybe I should be out of sight. I just fly to the top of the
Lurking and
van.
watching.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right from the elevator, you're like, and go to the top of the
Yeah.
van, so that you're kind of up there. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll put my hand on the hood of the truck and
Yeah.
say, I hope you speak English. I've got a malfunctioning robot, and they said to come see you.
Says, oh, they should have just had us send someone up, but leave it here. We've had a bunch of problems tonight. I don't know what the trouble is with the robots. They usually work just fine. So yeah, thank you very much. We'll take care of it.
All right. Well, I'm going to take my break. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
and I just sort of lean up against a pillar and take a break for a while.
Okay.
See what they do.
Okay.
Chat with them.
So yeah, he talks, and he kind of like, sure, I guess you're very chatty over there, and someone else walks up, grabs the roll, he's like reading a newspaper in Korean or whatever his way to. Okay, why are you talking to me? And American, you know, and you're reading here, and then another person walks up, and you see that it's a person that came out of the back of the van. Okay. Walks up, takes the robot, takes him into the van.
And then I will pass it off to Jenn.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay.
Because I don't know what else we should do.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you can do something now too if you want, or we can pass it over to Hugh. Either way.
Like if you have a
don't
plan.
have a plan,
Yeah.
I'm
When the
gonna do a
van is
plan.
open,
Yeah.
and the guy's walking around to get the robot, can I peek inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you want
then I will pass it off to you.
Do you want to stealthily do so?
I mean, I really don't want to be
Bands are made of metal. You're on top of it.
seen doing this. Yeah.
Very loud.
Yeah.
Well, I can fly.
Right.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, but now you're
And
now
also,
you were sitting up there
he
now.
can use
People
bubbles.
don't look up that far, so you got a little bit of
So you
like
need a bubble
plausibility
that's
for hiding,
mirror,
but like
you
it's
put
going to
on
be a
the
little
wall.
bit
Exact
of
reflection.
it's going to be you totally can do it.
Like
it's
I
certainly going to
imagine
be
this
tricky.
van being a little bit tall.
It is.
like,
It is totally. Yeah. So like, well, you're stationary,
Like
flattened
tall
up
enough
at
that
the
you
top
could
as a little
stand up
kid.
inside of it.
Yeah, it definitely is. But while you're up there and stationary, you're. I believe that you are hidden
I'm out of
as a
sight,
small
but
child.
moving
But
makes
if
it
you're
difficult.
moving and you're going to go move along the top of a metal van to look inside it, and you're then moving and you're like peeking around a corner into a thing, that's going to be quite challenging. So that'll require an overcome to try to
All right.
to sneakily do it. You can just do it.
Like-
If you're not sneaky, you can just do it. Like you got out from under the table in a not sneaky at all way,
Right.
and it was fine.
Yeah.
Like that happened as well. You can just declare that kind of action.
I could make something happen.
I don't know that I'm necessarily going to do a sneakily thing. I don't have a lot of skill with sneaking. So
Okay.
Like, okay.
Are all of your bubbles clear?
No.
Can they be reflective?
Maybe.
Can you make?
If you use
can
them
you make a safety mirror?
creatively, say, could you make them reflective?
Could you make a safety mirror opposite the open end of the van, like one of our bubble mirrors in the warehouse?
Oh yeah.
Like just float a mirror down that you see. Yeah.
Ruling?
Yeah, yeah. Try
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
That
Sure.
sounds great.
I'm really good at other people's.
Yeah. Make it.
So yeah, that's bubbles.
That's a
then.
really cool suggestion.
I guess science would be the way to do this, maybe. Or,
Yeah, if you mean if you want to get the like reflectivity and
Yeah.
like the angles and stuff, right? So you can
Yeah.
see it.
So I got science.
Heck
I got a
yes.
status die. So that's 2d6s and
Bubble
a d10.
telemetry.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great.
You didn't learn that.
So that winds up being a 1 and 2 4s. So it's
Okay.
a 4.
Right, so it's a 4. So you succeed with a minor twist. So you make that, and you make that mirror, and it's like a little bubble mirror now that you've caused to be made manifest over there at the ceiling of the parking garage. And you can look in, and you can see that. And as you look in, what you see is that there's a lot of equipment in there. There's huge banks of computers and a lot of other fancy stuff. And there seem to be, like, the robot that malfunctioned before is in there, kind of fucking some people are messing around with it. And there's another person, someone's messing with that. There's another person really, it's an entire, like, elaborate office with a bunch of computers and transmitters and stuff like that in there.
So like generally what I'm trying to figure out is if this looks appropriate for repairing and maintaining robots, or if this looks over or under what
This
budget
looks
for that sort
like
of thing.
this is a van that is really good at repairing and maintaining robots, really good at doing computer stuff, really good at being like a mobile command center or some kind of thing. There is no food in it,
Okay.
right?
So probably not actually a catering van.
So,
No food.
yeah.
Okay.
And so, but what you notice is that in there there are also so there's two other people in there. The other guy's coming to bring in the robot. And as that person brings in the robot, they go in and they shut the door really quickly.
Okay. Was the first damaged robot in there?
Yep.
Were there other robots in there?
No.
Okay. All right. I think that's probably all I can get from this.
Yeah. But that's good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bubble telemetry for the win.
Well, maybe now it's time to shut everything down.
Oh, I don't have anything. There was a high five.
Oh, no, that's fine. I was just trying to figure out
Yeah, what do you want to do?
what else
What-
we were
What does Jen want to do
breaking upstairs.
with the concept artist?
I'm not sure.
That's all right. And if you want to be like,
Making a robot was kind of my
yeah, that was your thing.
my last
And you did.
resort here to figure
And you
out what's
and you
going on.
yeah, you did a chunk of stuff. So yeah.
So the show is over.
is wrapping up. Yeah.
Still going.
Try to get that cell phone. Just go take the cell phone.
From the guy?
Yeah. No.
How am I going to take it from him?
No. Art?
Art.
Bubbles?
Make it convincing.
So you can also,
Indiana Jones.
if you're
I
like,
hate
if you two
bubbles
are in a situation where you're
then-
like, honestly, we just kind of want to see what happens. We're going to
Yeah.
enjoy the party for now and figure that out. That's fine too. That's
Yeah,
not bad.
honestly, I think so.
Yeah. You can pass it right back to me. You did some stuff. You can be like completely wrapped up, not doing this stuff up there,
Yeah.
putting the stuff away on the set, but keeping an eye out, being very appraised. And I'll like basically assume that like you're paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're doing this, so you'll notice if anything weird happens. But if there's nothing you can think of to do, don't worry about it.
Cool.
So cool. So then you do that and you wrap up and the man is wrapping up. And so now I'll go back right away to the 2U. A bunch of stuff has happened. So what are you going to do?
I feel like before reporting back to anyone, I
Yeah.
kind of need to get down from on top of the van.
Yeah, sure. So you're leaning there still. So you haven't seen in the van. You don't
I don't know
necessarily.
this
You don't know
necessarily.
any of this stuff. You're the sole possessor of this information right just now.
Right.
Right.
And so like my plan is to kind of try to fly away from the van
Okay.
to report back.
Oh, sure. So that you can fly away. Yeah. So you can fly away silently and land farther away in the parking garage where you can talk without being overheard by someone
Yeah,
in the van.
that's my
That makes
plan.
perfect sense. Yep.
Yep.
You can just do that.
And then I just
That's
report
trivial.
back, like-
Then you explain all the stuff.
Hey, this isn't a catering van. Like, this is a robotics van or maybe a command center. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there. There aren't extra robots in there. There's just the broken one or ones. I'm not sure if
Mm-hmm.
one counts as a robot.
Right now they have this extra robot.
You see, all of a sudden, there is the guy who's sitting in the van goes through the door behind the seat. He can go in the door into the back of the van, and really quickly, boom, goes in there and shuts it.
Okay.
Like he gets like a little call on his radio and then runs back there.
I'm going to shut it down.
Oh my god, that would be great.
Okay.
I think I need to shut it down.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's in
By
the
that
back
we
now.
mean
He
just
can't
lean
hear me
against the
unless
van.
they're like completely listening to everything that I'm saying
Okay.
through speakers. In which case, I'm just going to say, I think it's time to shut this down.
Okay.
And what I would like to do is I would like to overload their electrics using my command of electricity.
Okay.
And
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
I'm going to make an overcome to do just that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is electricity, and that is my status die of a d6. And Dauntless specifically because I'm going to use my +4 boost from last issue.
Oh.
Because
okay.
I'm remembering how I defused the bomb and how I was very careful with my powers.
That is true.
And this time I'm going to let them run
Right.
rampant.
You're just going to be like, you've got a computer command center. I'm going to ruin your computer command center.
Absolutely.
Totally ruined. Okay.
+4.
So
Yeah,
that
ruined.
is a 7 + 4, which is
An 11.
An 11.
So you do this, and immediately sparks fly out of the van. You hear a lot of like electrical explosions. In addition, all of the lights in this parking garage go like spark and go out, burning down all the fluorescent lights all the way down. So now it's quite dark in here, and except emergency signs in Chinese over there, stuff like that. You can see where the elevator door is, and there's a lot of shouting. And you're now in the dark with a lot of shouting people, and you hear doors banging around and stuff that happens like that. So you shut down you completely shut it down. There's no electronics working, and within this like section of the floor, there's some lights very far away down on the other side of the parking garage. There's an emergency exit light here. That's what you got going on electrically, and that is all right now.
I
Simultaneously.
start getting my costume on.
Perfect.
Well, start taking off the bits that aren't the costume
Right.
and putting on the mask.
As soon as this happens, like he said that was going to happen. As soon as that happens, all of a sudden, in the room where you are, all of the robots who are carrying around all of the trays drop their trays on the floor and start moving in a completely different way. They all specifically move right over to Yan Lu.
RMG, robot making gang.
And
Robot making
they all
Rocket motorcycle
come
gang.
right over to Yan Lu and come right up to her and surround her completely,
Facing her or facing away from her?
facing her.
Okay.
Facing toward her?
Yep.
Okay.
That's worse. That's so much worse.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
And as you see, one of the there's two security guards, just minor security guards who are kind of near, and they just like Shen Pharmaceutical security guards, and they just like take their fists and floor them like the security guards, just knock them out completely. The robots do. Yep.
That's bad.
That's very
not
bad.
good.
Yep.
Wish we had some bubbles to protect her.
Only
If
your
only.
teammates knew about what was going on somehow.
I mean, we can tell you.
Oh,
Well, I
that'd be
can
good.
just paint a wall around her. And I
Sure.
can paint a bubble around her if that makes you feel better.
A little bit, yeah. I've come to rely on them, actually.
Since the bubbles were one of the most
But
useful
yeah,
things in last
how
game.
many robots are acting super aggressively towards?
Well, everyone at this point.
This is Yanlu. It's they're surrounding, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Never trust the robots.
There are 10 silver bots
Oh my.
in this room.
Silver bots.
Somebody had to do it.
One of us was gonna do it, or all of us. No, okay.
No,
No? All right.
I'm better.
Fine.
Not much. Not much.
Okay.
But slightly better than that specifically.
All right. So, yeah, I think I'm going to. We still have power. Yes. The power
Yeah,
just
oh
went
yeah,
down
no, it's completely
in
fine
where
up here.
they
Yeah,
are,
yeah, yeah.
So we don't.
It was just this
okay.
one section of the parking garage.
Right.
That everything like boom,
Yeah.
EMP'd out with all of the cool powers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will. I can paint something around her, but really, I guess it's better if I do something to the bots, because then it would count as a hinder. Or would painting a wall around her also work as a hinder?
Yeah. So you want to hinder. So effectively, what you're wanting to do is hinder the bots. You're wanting to do something like that.
We're trying to protect.
I want
wanna protect her?
mostly I want to protect Yanlu, but if I
Sure.
can do it in such a way that puts a hinder.
Well, you could do that. You could put a
That's
defense.
great,
So
but-
if you're worried about protecting her from damage, you could just defend her.
Yeah.
You could do the defend action.
Okay.
That would certainly work.
Yeah, I think that we'll do that because I assume you'll be able to come in and do stompy punchy.
We'll see how many ones I roll.
Yeah.
This time. I mean, that's the plan.
Yeah. Okay.
Insofar
So
as I can have a plan.
for now, anyway.
Guys, y'all got a hero point because
Oh.
I used one of my
Oh,
nice.
principal jury rigging.
Did you use principle of anything before?
I believe I did use principal bubbles
That's what
for
I thought.
my overcome.
Yeah, that's what I
Yep,
thought.
So
I
we
thought
have
that
two.
happened. Yep.
Those to hide.
Yes,
essentially.
exactly right.
All right.
Yeah, so that's-
So
If you're worried about protecting you from damage, I would do that. If you want to, like, basically describe
Yeah.
exactly what you want to have happen in the scene. So
Right.
there's a human woman who is in a cocktail dress, fancy dress,
Yep.
and some jewelry, standing around drinking champagne,
Yep.
suddenly surrounded by a bunch of silver robots
Right.
who look pretty hostile and just punched out two of her bodyguards.
Yeah.
Put her in medieval armor.
So in
terrible.
the context
Yep.
of that,
Make her
like
like
what
a
do you
robot.
want to do, and then we can work out mechanically what that is that you're doing.
So I'm going to build around her. I'm gonna build a wall around her. It'll probably look kind of like a
Ring.
metal, like it's just gonna be a ring around her, but it's gonna have a staircase inside it, so eventually she can climb out, up and over if Bubbles comes and wants to like
You're building a
bubble
tower.
her out. So I'm gonna build a tower to block her from the robots, but I want to make sure that she has an escape out of said tower. And
Oh, sure.
She isn't just stuck inside
Right,
the
just
server. So
stuck
there's
in there.
there's
Cool.
stairs inside it
Right.
and whatnot. It's an open top tower
Right.
with stairs, so she could eventually climb out if we find out a way to get
We've all been to
a
cities.
bubble to float her
Perfect.
out or whatever.
So this is exactly how I'm going to do this. Is exactly a defend.
yeah, I think
So
that
you build
works.
it's going to be a defend. It's going to prevent a certain amount of damage to her.
Yep.
But if they get through that amount of damage, they've destroyed this construct you've made,
Right.
and then they can grab her or hurt her
Exactly.
or whatever.
Yep.
Perfect. Yep. So assemble a die pool to explain to me how you're doing it. Oh yeah.
You've been given a +1 from Sambar.
All right. That's good.
Oh.
That's good. That's
Oh,
good.
no.
I've got some
Oh, because this.
Everyone in the chat is villains.
coming up.
But I was gonna say, has this been going that well for us that?
You know what? Can I use my principle of great power, which is overcome a situation using one of your highest rated powers, and use your max die? You and each of your allies will gain a hero point.
If you want to do an overcome,
Oh no, because this is a defend. Never mind.
but like definitely do that. That's awesome. I mean, if you think about it for next time, like overcome situations come up all the time.
yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
Now that you're getting into the kind of the thick
so
of things, and you
I'll
want to.
just do. I'll defend using creativity illusions and
Perfect.
my.
That's cool. Yeah. So you're gonna.
He wants to do an evil laugh.
An evil laugh?
Yes.
I'm bad at evil laugh, but I'll work on it when I get to an appropriate evil laugh point.
moment. So that's a 9.
Wow. Okay. So that is real good, and so that a 9. You defend for 9. Okay. So that is going to be a what color is the wall or the
Fuse.
tower?
Always Buse.
Take Walker
No.
suggests making the gray wall because you're in China.
Wow.
There's a mini wall.
Mini wall. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
It's
It's purple. It's a grape wall.
no.
Got Adam the bus.
No. No. I think it's probably just
3 people.
I just wanted a
kids
descriptor to
laughed
write
at
on the
that.
card.
I just want-
a stone wall.
whatever.
Stone
I
wall.
left
Stone
out
wall with
nothing.
stairs.
Oh, fine.
I think you're playing this
It probably
entirely
should have
to
been
crack
metal.
up both of these two.
But that's
That's all
okay.
right.
Yes.
You're good.
It's
So there-
stone.
so you that's going to be that's a thing you've made, right? So that is super good to know, right? It's a thing you've made, and she's in there. She's kind of surrounded by it, so that is great. All right, so now who goes next? Now we're sliding increasingly toward using kind of initiative through this, because this is sort of like a social scene that is slowly morphing into an action scene. Is what we're doing right now. So we're going to just kind of organically do this using
If you
the
give
parts
it to me, it's going to be an action scene.
the
now.
parts of an action scene.
If you give it to me,
Right.
it's going to be an action
I
scene.
mean,
Yes,
I think,
absolutely.
are we okay with it becoming an action
Yeah,
scene?
absolutely.
I mean, heck yes.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
definitely like basically an action scene, but it's just
Right.
like
What if
morphed
we talk
there.
to the robots?
Right.
Yeah, what if we talk to the robots?
Each and every one.
Let's
individually.
do...
Yeah.
So I'm just going to use an ever-increasing amount of the initiative system that is necessary to make this all work.
Yep.
So,
And I'll
Bring
be a
out
little bit
Trusty
tighter
Rusty,
about how
let's
much
go.
you're allowed to do on your turn, etc. now that
yeah,
we're
you know
more
what?
familiar
It should be
with
Trusty Rusty. I was going to use Strength, but it should be
Trusty
Trusty
So what are
Rusty.
you doing over there, Hourly Rage?
Yeah, no, I've been watching Yan Lu the entire time, and
Yep.
I was like, oh, you're acting aggressively, and then this tower pops up around her, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I know that trick.
Right, yeah.
That old hat.
Seen that before.
So I'm going to close with the robots.
over the
not,
radio, you
not
hear-
facing me.
Yeah.
You hear, this is very important. Put on your bandana.
Oh, right. I put on my bandana.
All right. Do you take off any of your K-pop nonsense?
No.
No,
Not even the
not even the cat ears.
Why?
Yep.
No, the cat ears
Cat
are giving
ears
me a
there.
bonus.
Yep.
What are you talking about?
All right, and ask you
it.
other important questions. Do you still have your keytar?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's strapped to my back.
Nice.
There's a guitar and a keytar crisscrossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So
Of
you
course
can
there is.
dual wield at some point
Right.
Yeah.
at some
if you
point.
wanted.
I can dual wield instruments. I'm gonna play the guitar with the keytar, just like a giant pick. Yeah, it's gonna be a pipe wrench fight.
Okay.
So that's Trusty Rusty is a D6.
Yep.
Close combat's a D8, and I'm in green. And I use the max, which is a 5.
Okay. So you're hitting
5.
one of these robots right there.
Right in the
right.
back of its silvery dome.
Can I grab a D8 from someone?
Sure.
That pile over there is
There's
sufficient. I'll
there's
just
a
need a few of them. I'll grab
surprisingly
some
few.
GM D8s over here because I made these D8 minions, which are a little bit beefy. It's going to be hard to get through.
How many do we have?
This is just one of them, though. Who's not going to... How much damage was it?
5.
Yeah, not going to save. So this downgrade. So I actually...
nope.
You
Just
didn't
dies.
save it. It goes away, right?
Oh, it just dies because it's a minion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just
So you just
exploded a robot.
exploded one, so that's
Yep.
so
Nice.
problem solved there.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
Right,
Not
yeah.
the thing I did last session.
So yeah, I need this one. Okay, perfect. Now I have now I need more, but it's all right. So we'll remember that this is 9.
Oh, yeah, anymore.
I was thinking of the groups from before.
I need so many D8s for my character.
Write 9 like this. It's totally fine. There's 9 there. I've got a pile of dice. At some point, the pile of dice will be accurate, and I will remember it then, and that's totally cool. All right,
Turn
so
some of them into D6s.
so that is what you do. Who are you going to pass it to?
I need you two upstairs, but do we want to give the robots
A chance.
back to back? Let's let the robots go.
Oh yeah, sure. So the robots go, and what happens is that there's now 9 of them, and they're going to attack. They kind of split their attention a little bit, but they're going to be systematic about things. They're going to attack that wall
The
you
robots
made
are going to be systematic.
quite a lot. Yeah. So the first one is
Never
going to attack
happens.
it and deal it 1 damage. Okay. The next one
Each robot does 1 damage.
is going to deal
Eventually,
it
there's no more wall.
3. The next one is going to deal it 7.
Because
Oh,
that-
Wall
that's
gone.
done.
And that explodes the wall, right? Then the next robot is going to come in and
Okay.
is going to. So that was good. You just soaked up a bunch of stuff. It's going to go in. Is going to grab, and is going to grab her. and try to move with her toward the away from both of you, right? And I just like grab her, pick her up, and she's struggling and running, and there's some security guards coming in still, and so as this happens, they're going to attack you in a little bit, but some security guards run in.
It's harder to grab.
Just some jams, so their hands get all
Right,
sticky.
so that they can't.
So these some D6s. These are some allies right here. These security guards that are kind of doing some stuff. So they're kind of running in, and at least they're sort of allies. Like they don't like that she's being kidnapped. Certainly.
No.
Right.
They don't like us, but they don't like the robots more.
Yeah. And then the rest of them, the 5 remaining ones, are going to all circle around and try to attack you.
Yes, please.
Because you are like a big threat that's gotten all up in there. And so they're each gonna swing at you. And they have, if you look at them, kind of their hands are just kind of like claws, and they've got little glowy eyes. And how they fight is they like reach out and try to grab you with their claws and
It'll be
scrape
fine.
you.
It's probably
Terrifying.
fine.
Right.
Hit me.
So 6 plus 6 is 12.
You're like 70 hit
Sure
points,
is.
right?
5 plus 5 is 10. And then 2, so 24 damage.
It's probably fine.
So they come out and they deal you an enormous amount of damage.
Oh.
They're like, we're gonna floor this guy for coming and messing with us.
Okay.
24.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm at 11. That's
How-
fine.
Okay.
I'm in the red. That's exactly what I'm 1 point into red.
Oh, well, that's good
actually
news.
really
12 to
handy.
1.
I'm like, I rolled it. I'm like, I wonder how conscious you're gonna be at the end of this. But no, you're quite,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is what
quite beefy
this
and strong.
is what I want.
So that's super cool. So
now I
now
can be like, and one of those robots
that
is
is
mine.
that is them over there. So now I'm gonna pass it on to you,
Okay.
because you're over by the door.
Somebody just fell.
Can I, like,
Maybe
I assume that I need to go upstairs. That seems
You've been hearing on the radio
Yeah.
some stuff that's going on.
right.
That seems
And
normal.
so,
Yeah.
like, I'm wondering if, is the elevator still on this floor?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it operational?
It's over right by the exit sign. The elevator seems reasonably workable.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna, like, go over to the elevator
Okay.
and pass it to Mishap.
Okay, you're gonna push the button.
I'm worried that, I mean, how far, like, is Mishap able to make it, like, in a reasonable amount of time for an elevator door
Sure.
to close? Okay, then yeah, definitely I'm gonna press
Okay,
the button.
great. So it opens up, and there's light in the elevator.
Yeah.
So you see the elevator there.
Oh, and I send, hey, I'm in the elevator, it's gonna close.
Yep,
Hurry.
I go and
Hurry, hurry,
get
hurry.
in the
This is the
elevator
most
to go
dramatic
back
part of this.
upstairs.
Okay, cool. So
like, Will,
you
they make
run
it to
over
the
into the elevator,
elevator.
and some people kind of like coming out of the van and chasing you, but aren't able to get in time. So you get in the elevator, and it whisks you up to upstairs, and then bing, the door opens up, and there you are. You're up there. You're right up back where you started, back in the party zone, kind of up there. Yep.
Welcome to the party zone.
Right.
Alright.
Exactly.
And
So,
so, I think I'm
yep.
Everybody gets
So that's the two of you.
Halloween
So who do
masks
you?
and stuff, right?
So that was like the moving
fast, too.
between those zones is going to take up that turn of yours.
Yep.
But now you're at the end of the round. You can pass it to whoever you want.
I'm gonna pass it off to Early Rage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in. So I just do it?
Do
I'm just
it.
gonna do it?
Do it.
What are you doing?
Pied Piper.
Okay.
One of the robots is mine now.
Okay. Just is yours.
It acts at the start of my turn. So I have a
Okay.
D8 robot that's my friend
Okay.
and fights with me.
Right.
And that's it. That's the whole thing. It just happens.
Cool.
I just go,
Is that an action?
yeah.
Yeah. So that takes your action.
Yeah, that's the whole turn, but it's just
Are
like
you gonna move around though? Are you gonna stay right next to these guys?
I should probably move away a little bit.
Yeah.
Because of the hit points.
Right.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
I can start
gonna-
taking care
I'm
of
gonna
some
move
of the
away.
robots.
Okay.
Back towards the food.
Okay.
This one.
You're gonna move away back toward the
I'm gonna
food.
try and find a large, oversized turkey like to eat
Right.
so that I can
Yeah.
regain hit points.
Fantastic.
That's how that works, right?
Yep. Yep. Just food. Who are you gonna pass it to?
I think it's Jen's turn.
Okay.
Sure.
Concept artist.
All right. So how many
Oh, yeah.
robots have grabbed Yanlu, and how many robots are just kind
So
of
there's
hanging around
one
him?
with her right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You now have a +2 from Lucas Durham.
Good. Good. Good.
Oh,
Buddy.
Why? Why?
right. Guess he's not getting Oblivion.
He really likes character creation so much he wants the next one to be
Right.
character creation as well.
No more arts for you.
That's really fun. This is good. All right. Sunfire and Lucas. Good. All right. Here we go.
All right. So I'm sorry. One took her.
Whether or
how
how I
many
use these
rounds?
depends on what you do. This
So there were
round,
10
probably.
total.
Yep.
1 died.
Yep.
One got
One.
taken, so that's down to 8.
Yep. One took Yanlu.
And 1 took, so there's 7 left.
So there's 7.
Right.
Yeah. 7 left. Okay. Yeah.
Lucas says, sorry, Jen, he signs my checks.
But I write your contracts. All right. Now I feel like it's probably a good time for creative block.
Sure.
Hinder using illusions.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, you tell me. Basically, what I want to do is I want to draw out this big, like a cauldron that's just full of hot molten metal and like, it kind of looks like lava. It's all bubbling and on fire and it's extremely hot,
Yeah.
almost like a smelt or whatever,
Right.
that I want to tip and turn on top of and start to melt the robots.
Yes.
They are standing on glass. Okay.
Make it a hammer instead.
Okay.
I mean, if part of them
So
are
you
gold.
wanna-
Gold
you're
is a
trying
pretty
to-
soft metal. I feel like gold is going to melt a lot faster
Yeah.
than the glass underneath
So you're trying to
them.
damage like. This sounds like you're trying to damage them.
It's not real.
Which is super,
Yeah.
super cool as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to damage them more. I want to get a hinder on them.
Oh,
to make
but
them
you
a
want to
little
hinder
bit.
them. You want to like make it
Still
hard for them to
a big
move,
jar.
basically.
Yeah,
like
I
something
wanna-
sticky, maybe.
Just
Yeah,
'Cause you
well,
wanna
like a
use
big
that.
turd.
my
jam.
hope was that if
Yeah.
I do that it like the
jam.
gold parts will kind of start to melt and it's going to make it a lot harder for them
Make
to
it-
function.
make
It
it
might
tar.
get through
Sure.
to there.
You just got a +1 from Nate Digadoggity for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So describe why you're extra good at this. That sounds good. You're gonna pour some hot tar
Why I'm extra
or
good at it?
something like that on there. But if you want to use this bonus on this situation,
Did you
well,
teach a semester
describe
of,
what it is.
Yeah, well, clearly, like I'm an art
Very
professor,
used to do
so I've
metalworking?
done. Well, in like sculpture classes, we've had to craft molds. We've made bronze statues. You know, we've done all these types of things, or any sort of metalworking in jewelry classes, all of that, so that I'm aware of the melting temperatures of different metals, and that gold's probably gonna melt faster than the glass below them, and
Right.
all of this kind of stuff, so that I would be able to craft something that's going to be the correct temperature to kind of start melting down these robots and really slow them down.
right. So you're gonna be able to hit with this normal hinder. It hits one target that you're gonna be hindering a bunch. So you can pick which one of the robots, a particular one of the ones that are sitting around attacking Hourly Rage, or the one that has captured Yanlu, or whichever one you like. And
I'm not gonna do Yan. That would be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But, like, I'll tell you, if you wanted to take a risky action, you could also move that particular robot far enough away using this hinder
robots.
that they couldn't do, would have a hard time making their way back.
Are we okay with a risky action?
Yeah,
always.
definitely.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
We haven't had enough
Let's do it.
Need more
Sure.
twists.
weird stuff.
So this is going to be great. So
This is gonna
roll
be
this
great.
roll this hinder. Roll this hinder. I've got a great minor twist for you. Coming right down.
Oh, great.
Coming right up.
All right.
The floor is not. It's also not regular glass. It's stand-in glass.
What do we got here?
3, 6, and a 10.
3, 6, 10 with a +1,
So
so a 7.
So a 7 for your hinder. That's really good. That's a -2 on this bot. But I'll tell you what also happens. You're going to shove this bot. It's going to have quite a bit of a time getting back. Because what happens is that hot liquid runs down. There's one of them right there. Just one of them has that. Hot liquid runs down the bot, starts melting the gold that's on there, hits the floor, and melts a hole in the glass floor big enough for the robot to fall down
Cool.
through the floor. So the robot falls down quite a very long ways. But now there's a hole about this big around in the floor right over there.
Okay. We can handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you do.
No problem. You were worried.
Was that a principle that was it? Was that,
Stand-in glass.
that hinder?
No, that was creative block.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. What did it say? It said,
hinder using illusion.
nice.
That penalty is exclusive and persistent. But
Right. Okay. Shroom.
Yeah.
So this thing is like,
persistently.
this is
Assuming it survives
The fall,
400
however many
foot
feet
fall.
down. In,
You just completely like removed one from play for a really long time, basically, by doing a risky action. That was fantastic.
Yep.
For what it's worth, Takewalker says gold melts about 500 degrees Celsius earlier than glass.
No, it's definitely true.
So-
Yeah.
But-
It's a much
So if it's
softer
that
metal.
hot to melt
Yeah.
the glass,
It was real good. It was really boosty.
Really boosty.
Yeah. And it melts a perfectly
may-
round hole as well. It's all part of it.
Miscalculated the
how it
heat
works.
here and there, and it's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. It's good. Who do
like
you pass it on to?
So that makes it. Oh, this is still one of those robots.
Yes, it's technically one of those robots,
Okay.
but it's not here.
Yeah.
So this represents that a robot isn't here. So like,
So we're down to 6 that are
It's-
actively fighting,
Right.
and 1 that has
One that has
Yanlu.
Yanlu.
right, exactly. Yeah, that's the
If they
situation.
all only roll a 1, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Who do we pass it on to? So the two hourly rage and concept artists are both
I
gone.
feel like we need to bring y'all in on this action here,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't
I
get
think we need
hit
to-
for 20 something again.
Nobody dies. Look at out. I haven't even gotten to use this yet.
I've got a thing
Yeah.
that I can do.
Yeah.
And now you're in a situation where currently and presently,
Yep.
there isn't, I don't have the ability to do the GM annoying trick of passing back and forth because I only have one minion group that's bad. These guys also, like you can tell the security guards to do something, they're basically on, you can try to convince them to. Like they're not like
When the security
working
guards
for you,
go,
but they would
do
go.
the bots go as well?
No, they're separate.
Separate?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to send Scavenger Bot after
You can
the,
decide when they go, basically.
after the one that has Yanlu, while I attack a second one.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'm going to use Go Scavenger Bot,
Yep.
where I attack one target using Scavenger Bot and attack a second target using my Min die.
Okay.
And I'm just going to parkour right up Hourly Rage's back and jump off of him onto the bots.
Very cool.
That has happened in real life more than
So D12 for Scavenger Bot and a D10 for Acrobatics and a D6 for my status.
Why does Warner have the lowest possible ring on their phone?
All right, so
We're all hard hearing.
that is appallingly bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I'm going to attack.
You get to use the max die, right? Because you get a 10 then, not a 2?
No, no,
Oh.
I mean,
absolutely not.
you could take a risky action and attack with the max die.
Is it any better if one of those is boosted up 1? Like, this is off your mid? Tell me about this, how your
So yeah,
power
my
works
mid
again.
is a 2 and my min is a 1. So I'm going to attack one of them at present at least. I'm going to attack one of them with the.
Oh, this
the
is
one,
your special action. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
you
the-
can't use a risky action for it.
Yeah. So yeah, the one that has Yanlu is going to be attacked for a 2.
Okay.
What else can we
And-
use collected treats for?
To max out a die roll.
If you max that to a 12,
That suddenly gets ridiculous. That is true.
yeah.
That is an
It turns it
accurate
into
assessment.
a 12, a 10, and a 2.
I can hardly resist that. That's exciting. So yeah, I'm
It
going to
turns
think
it
back.
from the worst roll, almost the
To
worst roll,
amazing.
to the best.
So
roll.
you got to tell me now about another time you parkoured off of his back
Obviously,
during
this
your
is,
origin.
This is the first time that
reduce,
that we
reuse,
met,
and rock and roll.
Neither of us knew that we were superheroes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was in my superhero costume, and he was in his superhero costume. But we didn't know that we were like. He didn't know I was Juno, and I didn't know he was Eric. Eric Peterson? Peter Erickson. Thank you. And I saw him getting into a fist fight, and I thought, yeah, he's a big guy, but I need to help out here.
Superpowers.
He's a big guy with superpowers, but obviously I can make things better. And so I did the same move, and it didn't work out. It completely failed, which is why I know that this time I know to avoid that and how to
Excellent.
make this work. So that turns
My bag's
into.
very sweaty.
Well, now you got,
Just
now you
zero
got,
purchase.
you got the
Parkour is
guitar.
all about traction.
You got the guitar and the keytar there. He just kind of steps in the middle of
Yeah,
them like a
that's true.
stair.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's great.
So the one that's going after Yanlu is going to be the 10, and I'm going to attack the other one with a 2, which is not as exciting, but the one that's going after Yanlu with a 10, I don't think it can possibly survive that because it's a D8.
I believe that is true. So that is what happens. The one that
She
is
is free.
holding Yanlu is now free. And as soon as that robot is destroyed, something happens. And what happens is that you look over to the side and you see the Korean CEO guy standing there. And he's standing there in his suit
Just weeping.
with his
because he
Guy
loves that
Fieri
robot.
glasses on. looking like that.
Good.
Pass it around. Take a look.
Do we want to put this in
Wow.
the camera?
Yeah, so Trevor should have the image of this.
Oh, he
You
has
can pass it around and take a look.
Cool.
Now what happens though, as you're looking at him, is all of a sudden something that looks like maybe little nanobots or something starts growing and expanding out from his sunglasses around his head and slowly encasing his body in metal.
We are gonna
And when he's
fight the
done,
flavor
he
town.
looks like this.
Yes! Of course he does. Why wouldn't he?
Okay.
Flavorton, no.
And
So good.
he gets his suit on and he says, "Ha ha ha, I am the monopolist. and I shall take all of the fruits of your labor to myself." That's his speech that he makes.
Oh boy.
And he clenches his fists and brings them up like this. His suit starts to glow with a power signature that kind of crackles down there, and a huge wave of electricity and sound kind of comes out of him. You got to kind of cover your ears because it is terrible and piercing. And because Lucas gave me a +2 on this, I'm going to use Lucas's +2. And since he saw this happening, he was waiting, going to see if the robot could get her out. But since he can't, but as a contingency, he's been kind of charging up his capacitors in the whole time since then. So this is going to be quite a powerful attack.
Question.
Right here, yeah.
You specifically said this is a wave of electricity and sound.
That is true.
Which is the damaging part?
So, interesting. There is some amount of damage that's going to come out of it, but mostly it's going to be a really dramatic hinder.
Okay.
It's going to try to hinder all of you across here. And so it's the electricity, and the sound kind of comes out there. The damage, though, is from electricity.
I'm immune to that.
Yes,
so that's good.
excellent. Right. So, so here is what happens. It's going to hinder using his power suit.
What do you need?
I need a D10
A D10. Gotcha.
and some technology. And he's currently, give me a D6
D6.
for the particular zone for this villain,
Come on.
which works in a very strange and exciting way. All right. So this villain is currently in the green zone, but this villain's zones do not work anything like your zones.
My next character.
Let's see what happens. It's going to hinder all of you using the max die, which is only a 3, but it's a +2 because of Lucas, so it's a 5. So that bumps it up into a -2. So all of you have acquired monopolist madness. That's your -2, and so that applies to the next time you make a roll that is out there.
So we
Thank you,
also
Lucas.
start table flipping?
That is really good.
Wait, that's Monopoly.
Yes, exactly. So that is what it is. And then one target who is going to be you, because he saw you do this thing and try to stop the defense, stop the robot from getting away,
Yeah.
etc.
Love
And
it.
you're going to get attacked with the mid die, which is a 2.
Cool.
So you take 2 damage from that.
I did attack one of the minions using my minimum die, which is a 2.
Yeah.
So, do we resolve that, or was
Yeah,
that
we do.
just okay?
So when this character
So
dies,
there's a
I'm
chance
gonna
that it'll
play
die.
recklessly.
It's not likely.
I'm gonna
Here's the
play,
monopolist out there.
basically like a Cyclops character named Depth Perception.
Oh,
I like how you're queuing up
Terrible.
new characters for like, when this character dies a horrific death. For 4.
so it just
Character might jump out
downgrades.
a
It
window
degenerates to a
because
6.
Whatever.
I
I
just
like
felt
being
So-
characters.
One of these silver bots is a 6.
Don't you want to draw that?
I do.
But there's only 6 of these left. In any case, one of which is a D6, the rest of which are D8s.
I mean,
Okay.
And one which is really far
spoiler,
away.
like that's how a lot of my characters.
No, that includes the one that's far away. I've removed from this group because it is so far away and it's fallen down.
Sure.
So now, so that one time I grabbed opportunity turn for the villain. So the villain has gone this round, actually technically.
Like flesh.
So now,
I think there's only 5 left. It started out as 9 or 8?
it started out as 10.
As 10.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, there was initially 10 of them, and then they've slowly been injured. All right, so who are you going to pass it to?
I'm past bubbles.
Nice.
Oh, great. I think probably I'm going to attack the monopolist.
All right.
I'm going to, What is Yenlu is okay right now, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
She looks
cool.
like she's okay over there.
Good. Then I'm not worried about that.
Some security guards are running over.
I'm going to use my Watch Your Step ability and hinder using bubbles and attack using Mindai on the Monopolist.
All right.
So that would be, I got bubbles is 10, and then that's, I don't know, probably alertness for my quality. And definitely I'm like noticing that he seems to have some sort of like rocket shoes or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try to just jam those up with bubbles.
Okay. So you're trying to do
A hinder and attack.
An attack. Okay, from this.
It's an ability, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So it's a 1, and a 10.
Rocket nano guy.
So hinder you. Okay. So it's a 1 attack and a 1 hinder.
Okay. So it takes 1 damage and gets a -1 hinder, and these are like.
Oh, he takes nothing because of your -2 madness.
Oh, that's right.
That is true.
Yep.
And
actually, it takes no hinder. It takes a 1 for the.
Okay, so the hinder happens
So,
first.
so you
Yeah.
choose which one.
Well, the hinder happens first. Hinder.
Oh, the hinder.
Yeah.
So the hinder doesn't happen, but the 1 damage does.
Yes.
Good. So I just was reading through this villain I just made. Those are actually -3 hinders.
Oh,
Because
okay.
any time the Monopolist makes a hinder,
It's a better hinder.
So it's a persistent hinder?
no, it's a 1 time. Yeah.
Mine's gone.
So that's gone. So yours is gone. You've kind of you've cleared the weird sound and disorientation from you, and so you are no longer hindered right now.
Familiar popping of bubbles sounds
Exactly.
very therapeutic to me.
Right. So who are you going to pass it to?
Who's
the
gone?
only 2 options over here are the droids and the security guards.
Security guards?
I think it has to
Think
be.
so.
No, I don't think it.
Because the security guards might thin out the droids.
They might, but like also, then we get the pass back and forth between Monopolist and the bots.
True.
So I pass it to the
That's
droids.
true.
They have to pass it to security guards,
That's true. And then you can determine who goes after.
and so we're gonna do that.
Okay.
It's the bots.
That's true. Yeah, that's a very good point. So the bots go, and the bots are going to do a variety of things. So this is how many bots are around over here. So the bots are going to try to. The 4 of you out here. These 4 bots are each going to try to hinder one of the 4 of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? And then, they seem to be drawing energy from the power suit that the Monopolist is wearing as well. And so they're going to try to hinder the 4 of you, and then the other 2 are going to attack.
I need you to just go hug this guy.
And so, for you, you're going to get hindered at -2, except it's -3. It's another -3 hinder.
Okay.
So this is some
Even though
more.
it's coming from the
Mon-
bot.
yeah, and this is the same kind of hinder, the same sound that they're emanating out from them now, and they're drawing this power from the suit. So that's another
Cool.
-3. And for you, it is
Oh God.
-4. Monopolist madness. And coming around, it is a -2 and a -3.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, -4. So it's a -3 and -4.
-4.
Yeah,
So now I'm
sorry.
down to -6 monopoly.
Yeah, and those are 2 separate ones, so they don't all get stacked up at once. Right? They're your next 2 actions. Get that. And so that is what happens. And then these 2 are going to attack the 2 of you that are over there and fighting
Yeah.
one, and the weaker one is going to attack the very injured person. But for 6 damage. That rolls
fine.
max. And then the
What?
other one is good. And for 8 damage. They both got max damage
Wow.
on these
all right.
attacks.
That's fine.
That
It's
is a pretty
How
ridiculous.
you doing?
I have 5 hit points. It's fine. Everything's fine.
All right. So, but now the security guards go, and the security guards go, and they see, and so there's 8 of them, and they look around, and they're going to shoot at some bots. So give me a bunch of d6. Who wants to roll? Roll for security guards, someone.
How many?
I don't know. There's 8 of them. So who do you want them to shoot at? Let's shoot at who you want.
3, 4, 5, 6,
I think we need to help.
It's
we need
almost
them
as
to
though
take
I
down the
count
bots.
doesn't matter
Like, we,
So we have to pick who they're attacking, I think. Probably.
I think we need to have them
The
go after the
bots.
bots.
We have
They
to kill the
have
bots.
to
Yeah.
be the bots. Which there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you mean to roll these one at a time, or
Yeah.
yeah?
Because then you can select which bot they're going at.
All right,
Because one of those
so
bots is a D6.
Yeah.
One
so-
is a 6, yeah. Do you want to start with the D6?
Sure.
Okay.
Clear it out.
3.
So a 3.
Nah.
Dead.
Gone.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
One.
Yeah.
One.
That's a D6.
So 6.
Next D8. 5.
5. 7. Becomes 6.
Another D6. Here we go.
Next one. 1. Somebody else gonna roll?
You've got all the ones out now. They're going to be great now.
5.
Aha, dead.
Gone.
4.
7.
Ugh.
I need another
Comes
D6, but it's all right.
Here.
Just grab me the green one.
There you go.
Then they match.
And then yeah.
And then that's it.
That's it.
You got them
Cool.
all.
Cool.
Okay, so that was all of them that went down there. So now you went through, how many was that? How many do you have left?
There were 6 bots. You have 2 more security guards.
So you got 2 more. Who do you want?
Yeah.
You hit all of the bots.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's 2
once.
extras.
Yeah,
And
correct.
there's 2 extras.
Yep.
Who
Now,
should-
do you want to shoot at the bots again? Or do
Keep
you want
working on the bots.
Yeah,
Yeah, if we
bots.
can get that down to
Yep,
2 bots,
yep.
I'm real happy.
Ready?
Yep.
4.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Gone.
6.
Ha!
Gone.
There you go.
So now
All
there's
right.
2 bots.
Now there's 2
Nice.
D6 bots.
Much
So
better.
much better than D8 bots. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. So now it
Ay,
is.
ay.
So now you could all collectively decide. It's the security guards went. Who's going to start out this next round?
I would actually like to go.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I might be able to clear out the bots if I take...
I would like to kill one of these bots because it'll allow me to heal.
Sure.
Rather
great.
than have you pop them all.
Do that.
So, I'm actually going to attack with strength. It's just going to be all fists.
Okay.
And obviously close combat. And a D12. What's up?
+1 for all the players from Lucas Durham.
Oh, great, here, Lucas. So I'll
See?
give each of you.
Each.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm going to use it right now.
Oh, okay.
Can I also combine that with my hero point reward?
Yes, if you want.
All right, so I have a +3 on
Okay.
this.
Describe for me this fantastical situation where you have some Monopolist madness, but you're really good at things for this other stuff.
Right.
You-
Yeah, I have.
So you can use one of your hinders right now.
Yeah, I just got rid of that. I've negated it
Nice.
entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've gone into a bit of a rage about this. I was like, no, this isn't going the way I wanted it to.
How often
So
does
I'm
this
gonna
happen?
make it.
Like,
Huh?
how often does this rage happen? Like every
Like once
30 minutes or...
It's not that kind of rage.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever
Potentially every 60 minutes.
whenever
Yo,
this
it
whenever
could
the
be
story
hourly. It could
requ-
be an hourly
Could
rage.
be.
whenever the story requires it.
Not really. I like. Good.
It's like a smoke break for sanity. Okay, so and we are using we're just making a regular old attack. So that is a 9, a 7, and a 5. So 7.
So you had a -3 and a +3. Is that true?
Yep. So
Great.
to one of those bots.
One of them. Dead.
Right. When I eliminate a minion with an attack, I recover health equal to your min. So that's a 5. I have a -4.
Yeah.
So I regain 1 hit point.
Yeah.
But I negated that other.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
So you don't have any hinders on you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good to go. Also, I actually forgot to do this. I have a robot. Mm-hmm. This is going to attack that other robot.
Oh, that's true. Because you stole one of them.
I stole one of them.
Beginning
So
of
I
your
just.
turn.
So technically it happened
is.
at the beginning.
Right.
Okay.
It didn't matter. I was going to attack
Right.
one robot with the other and whatever. It rolls a 1. Turns out it's a D4
Survives.
now.
But it's a D4.
There you go.
That's way less bad.
It's way less bad.
Very good. Who are you going to pass it on to, Hourly Rage?
Bubbles.
Oh, me? Gosh.
No, what? Huh?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Should.
I'm gonna take a minor twist to use a yellow ability.
Okay.
I'm gonna boost all allies.
How do you have that many hit points?
I haven't been attacked at all.
No, I don't understand.
So I can boost all nearby allies using bubbles, using my max and mid die, and I hinder myself with my min die.
Okay.
What's the name of this ability?
Oh, boost your bubble.
Good. Excellent.
So we've got bubbles, which are a D10, and then creativity, which is a D8. What's going to happen is
Describe this to me.
yeah,
I'll think
everyone's
of the minor twist.
like everyone's thing that they attack with or thing that they do, like not since not everyone's like full on attacking. It's just going to be coded in like a really hard bubble. It's just like going to add a little bit of hardness to whatever strike they do.
Right.
And then I'm in green status, so a D6. So my max. Oh, and I have a -4 and a +1. So I use my.
So just grab all that.
So I use my max and my mid die for boosting.
Yeah.
And I have a. They cancel each other. I have a net -3.
A net -3.
Okay. And I guess it doesn't really matter which die it affects. So it would be a 14, so it's an 11 for a boost for all my allies, which I guess includes the security guards.
Yeah.
This thing.
Okay. And I don't know what
So
that
it's
is.
an
in the chart.
11 of a boost.
Yes.
Wow.
So
That is
should be
amazing. That's a +3.
Yeah.
But you have to be in.
And
Right.
doing this drained me, so I have, what is it? What's a 4 for a hinder?
A 4 for hinder is going to be a -2.
Okay, so I have a -2 from just being drained of bubbles.
Right. That is good. And what would you say that your mid die was?
My mid die was was either a 6 or a 5, I guess.
What do you mean? Either 6.
Because I was using my.
Because they get manipulated by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were
Right,
yeah.
but after the manipulation it was a 5. That's all right. So you do all this and you put the heart bubbles around to help everyone hit harder and other stuff, but you also accidentally affect the villain a little bit too.
Oh no.
So now you gave a +2 bubble boost to the villain.
Oh no.
And that is your minor twist.
Okay.
So we all have a +2.
Everybody has a +2, including our security guards.
Nice. Jen has a rules question.
Oh yeah, please.
I don't know what that's actually called when you take a minor twist to use a different zone, different color.
I don't know as it has a name.
I don't-
It's not
yeah.
a risky action, but it's a thing you can do.
A thing.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Taking a minor twist, can you use that on reactions?
You
is
can
that
only
only on
use it on
actions?
basic actions.
Oh, on basic.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
On
you can at
abilities?
any time.
At
You
any
can-
time, a risky
You
action.
can take a.
Well,
you can take a
this
risky
is
action.
specifically
to,
not a risky action.
Oh, yes, you can use it to bump down. You can use it. You take a minor twist to bump down to a higher
Yeah.
level of things.
I don't know if you can use it
Right.
on reactions though.
But so you can use it to take a higher level reaction certainly, but you can't use it like you can't use the risky action thing to be like an attack that normally hits only one target can hit an extra target with the same die.
No, that's all risky stuff. So Jen has a reaction that she would like to
Yeah.
use, but she's not in the yellow.
Right.
Oh,
so I-
feel.
'cause I
Oh, you
have-
can do that
I
right
have
now. Yeah, yes, heck
two
yes.
reactions
Yes,
that-
yes.
that
You can
happen
take a
in-
minor twist to use that as a reaction right now.
Okay.
Do it
Well,
out.
I guess I probably should have used it earlier though, so I'll wait. But
Okay.
now that I have
When
that
it comes up.
information, because it's
Yeah.
when
Yes.
a nearby enemy would create a bonus or penalty.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I wasn't in yellow, I wasn't sure if that fell under the
We've all
same rule.
used it, but we only used it on actions on our turn.
Correct, yes.
And not
Right.
reactions.
No, that's fine with me.
Okay, so I could use that as a reaction. So
Yeah.
whenever that happens, I can just say with a minor twist, I want
Right.
to do this thing.
Right.
Cool. So
Well, get punched in the face. That's what I do.
I'm sure I will use.
You're also in the yellow.
No, I'm not.
Current is 21.
I am. Never mind.
But you can use the red zone one then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a red zone reaction? No.
No.
Why are you so boring?
All right, who's going next?
Well,
So I just went.
Correct.
I'm.
I've
Go-
got
you-
things to do, so I'm happy to go.
Yeah, I'll pass it off to Mishap.
All right. I'm going to take a risky action, or not a risky action. I'm going to take a minor twist to bump up to my yellow zone.
Very nice.
So I can use sweep the leg, scavenger bot,
All right.
and I'm going
Wait.
to.
I imagine Scavenger Bot spins around with his tail.
Well, yes, obviously.
Okay. How stupid of me.
I attack using scavenger bot and hinder that same target using my min die.
Nice.
So I'm going to go up against the monopolist. And
You're going to sweep the leg on somebody flying.
yeah.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, his shoes are gunked up with bubbles somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Well, he's
true.
standing there now. He could, like, the flying
All right,
potential
so
exists.
Scavenger bot
Yeah.
and close combat, which is a D8, and my status die is currently 86.
None of you are taking enough punches to the face to get
I,
good
they
big dice
just
sound.
really want to go after you. And I've got my hard bubbles and my +1 that's like just because seeing my teammates get hit, and that fills me with, well, rage, obviously. But, you know,
Know
a different
about that.
type of rage.
Ah.
I'm not impinging on your rage.
only
It's not,
happens every 30
it's different.
So what sort of hinders
gotta
and
sound
boosts
W
do you
in the
have?
So I have Monopolis Madness and
Yeah.
also Monopolis Madness
Yeah.
and Hard Bubbles and my +1 from Luke.
Right. So you only use
Sound
one
high.
of the Monopolis Madness per
Yes.
thing, right?
But the thing is I'm doing two things. I'm
Ah.
attacking and hindering.
yeah, that's true then. Then they would
So
both go.
I will use the +1 and +3 to cancel out Monopolis Madness on the attack.
Yep.
And I will let the -3 Monopolis Madness go on the hinder.
Okay, sounds good.
So, this is a net +1 then for the attack.
All right.
And my mid is a 5, so I'm attacking for 6.
Okay.
And hindering that same target for 1.
Okay. So that happens. Now, as soon as you manage to swing up and hit the Monopolist, the suit reacts and shoots power back at you.
Cool.
But it seems like it's so this is again going to be this is going to be electricity power. So you're immune to it.
Yes.
Right. So what it does is that
you do this part.
right.
You're this villain.
But it looks like it also like slightly hurts him. He kind of grabs his heart as that goes.
Oh no.
The power is called heartburn.
So you're saying is I should keep doing this to him.
So what he does though is he
Do
rolls
this thing.
a d10.
Heartburn.
He's learning. Oh no, they're adapting.
Oh,
had open
and
doors.
unsuccessfully, well, it makes a hinder. Okay, so that's a -1 because he had a previous hinder. So, but then it's a +1 when he does it. So now,
He has a +2 boost.
+2. Right. There's a bunch of different stuff going on. So
There's so
he's not
many.
using the boost on this reaction.
Okay.
So it's a -1, but then a +1 because he's better at it, because he's really good at making penalties. So now he makes a -2 hinder for you and himself.
Okay.
From the sound, because the suit hinders him, but also hinders you.
So
as a
-2
reaction.
heartburn.
Yes,
It's just
-2
I'm immune to
heartburn.
any sort of
Him as well.
damage.
Correct,
electricity.
exactly. So you're mute. You would
I'm
also
gonna
take
leave it.
damage, but you happen to be immune to that.
Can I get another card?
Yeah,
Mine
yeah.
is starting to get filled.
Yes.
But it's also a hinder against the enemy, so I'll just let it ride.
Nice.
Cool. So that is the reaction there. So who are you going to pass the turn on to?
So
Well,
when you-
who hasn't gone yet?
walls
this
are
Mishap?
round?
down.
I don't believe either of
I think
these.
I could have.
Neither?
Jen.
Yep.
Wait, have you gone, Holly Ridge?
Yeah, I went.
Yeah,
first.
you
Yeah, I
went
think
first.
it's
Alright.
to me.
So it's only you. Yep.
Yep.
And then these guys.
And then we've got one bot left and security,
Security
guards.
guards.
Give the security guards a go.
Let's have the
Yeah,
security
that's
guards
good.
go. I like that idea.
Yep. I like that.
Cool. Who do you want him to? What do you want him to do? Who wants to roll for him?
They should attack that last bot, probably.
Okay.
And then once
And-
it dies, go for the Monopolist.
Yeah.
Me again?
Yeah, you're the one closest to
Oh, no.
the parts.
All right.
Roll each one of these ones. Because none of the
So-
security guards have gone to dead town.
So 5 + 3 is 8.
Okay. So
Against that bot.
That bot's gone.
can't live.
Cool.
All right. So now you're going to roll against the Monopolist, eh?
Yeah, I think that's the right choice.
Okay.
Ready? 4.
Yeah. Cool. So 4. So the
Plus
Monopolist.
3. Each one gets a bonus?
Yes, they do. Each time you get a +1
Okay.
bonus. You put that. Who did that?
I did
Bubbles.
That was you for
All
each one.
allies.
So that
Arch
is
Nemesis.
4, 5, 7, right?
Yep.
It is revealed.
And so that happens.
Have I
But
got a
then
name for a villain?
again,
But wait, there's more.
right? Again, the Monopolist suit shoots electricity and sound damage out. And this time, Sanvar, he has used that kind of like you get the impression that he's used the suit before, but not a ton. So he's learning kind of how it goes. So now he's going to be a little bit better at it when it goes. He's going to use that +1 and combine that with the -2 from the previous Heartburn to get a net of -1 on this thing. As he's learning about it, and he's going to try to do a hinder and damage at that security guard that you
Okay.
shot
Oh,
at.
that poor security guard.
And so wow, it was a 6 there. So that's just a 5. But that 5 is going to be a -3 hinder for that security guard.
Okay.
And is also going to deal 5 damage to the security guard.
Try to save security guard.
Ay.
Oh,
A
You did. So
3.
that security guard dies. Boom.
Gone.
So now you got a -3 heartburn over
security
here
guard.
on your.
Joey, can you edit the security guards remaining?
Yeah, let me.
So all of them now have heartburn. Or is it to all remaining security guards? Or
No, it's just to one.
No.
Well, the dead one.
The dead one. But so it doesn't matter, right?
Yep.
So it doesn't happen to
It
you.
killed him, so it
Yeah.
not important anymore.
Ready?
I feel very guilty
4.
about this.
Okay.
Which
so
is
4.
a 7.
So 7 damage comes in again.
Yes.
I get it.
Your thing.
But then
is
again, it's
all
going to do the same
allies.
thing.
Yep.
Boom! And shoot
never
that
gonna
power
use
back.
allies again.
Yep.
And this
No.
time, it's going to be the -3 from the heartburn. But again,
your bot
he's learning how it
is
goes
now
and is going to now
+3.
use this power that he's grabbing from the bubble boost that went at him to make
no.
this a net of only -1. And that's just 3. which is a 2. So that is going to be a 2, which is a -1 penalty, and also you got to save against a 2. Which you do. So but that security guard goes down to a D4.
D4.
Okay.
And that security guard now has a -2 penalty.
Remember that.
Can we ask the rest of these guys to get Yanlu to safety?
No, they're better shooting them out.
I really feel guilty about this.
What about us?
They're doing great.
Just them
Beating Paul?
getting killed.
this is
No,
this is a line of duty. This is the sort of thing that
their
happens.
job. Oh, them? Oh, they're fine. And only one of them got killed.
Okay, so 5.
8, right?
So
There's
8, yeah.
the +3.
Yep.
At some point, you'd think they'd learn.
So they all
This
get
is all
this
happening
power back at them.
simultaneously,
Yep.
actually. We can't stop them now.
I understand.
So this is only a 3 because so it survives there, and that
That's
is a
a-
3, but that is another -2. So the -2 comes back, and there's a -2 on that one as well.
Well,
So-
and it degrades.
The D4s both have
No,
-2s.
it's saved.
Yeah,
If it saves it,
They still
if
degrade.
it saves, it degrades. If it doesn't, it dies.
Yeah. So these are both surviving. They went already and have -2s next time.
Yep. 6,
Okay.
which
9.
is a 9.
So 9. So you're definitely
Bubble
putting a lot
bullets.
of damage into this guy.
There are 4 more security guards to go.
So that's a 5, which is -2. So that is that you got to save against a 5 damage, and also that's going to be a -3 from
Nope,
Heartburn.
it doesn't matter. He's dead
Doesn't
anyway.
matter.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm keeping track of what, because he's also taking these hinders every time on himself, so I'm keeping track of those for rolling. This is the last one.
Do
9.
each one of these
No,
count?
there's 2 more.
There's 2
after
more.
this.
Do each one of these count as an individual hinder source?
What?
Each
Well, he's using the
hinders-
hinder and then getting a hinder again.
Right.
Using the hinder and then getting a hinder.
Is each one of them an individual penalty? Is what I'm asking.
Well, each time he assigns
Each time
a
he
hinder,
rolls it again,
uses
he uses the one he got last time and then
Oh,
gains
I
a new
see, I
one.
see.
what I
Oh,
mean?
oh.
So he's maintaining a single
I was
hinder on
really
himself every
hoping
time.
that I could do this where I get to remove penalties from a character and
Yeah.
just keep hitting them for every one that I do.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, oh, he's got like 20.
Right, yeah.
You should let me go next.
Yep.
Just
All right.
Keep hitting him.
So
That was a
then,
9.
yep,
I can
that's a
hinder
1.
him.
So that is not anything. So you don't have to save against
It's
it.
just a nothing.
Yep. But it uses the hinder up.
6.
A 6. Okay. And that is a 10.
Kills that one.
So that one is just
Yeah,
is just
that
dead. Yeah.
does.
1 more.
Yep.
Aw. It's only a 4.
Yep.
It's only a 4.
And then this is nothing again.
Okay. As
So,
in, this
so there are
one's
5
okay.
security guards
Yeah.
left.
But
2 of
their
them
bubble
have-
boost is gone.
Yeah, their boost is gone.
Yeah, that's
and
what
they're
I
all
saw.
D4s. And they all have. So these ones have -2s, right?
Yes.
Right.
Wait, that boost was for
All the security guards.
just the
It was
security
from
guards?
bubbles.
Yep.
Yep.
So how many are there left?
So there's 5
5.
left.
Okay.
So who is going to go next?
I think it's
So
I
the
think
options
it's
are
me,
you-
right?
And the monopolist.
Yeah. I think it has to be one of those 2.
That's
Me?
a monopolist of a
Ma- you want?
Yeah.
But
Sure.
what if you could kill him?
Incapacitated.
What if you could kill him?
What if we murder him? What if we eat his heart?
No!
Oh, so
No!
different game, different game.
No! I mean, do we want him to go? Or
I mean,
Jodie's
he's the only
broken.
one left. So, like, he's not going to pass it back to himself because he
That's true.
can't.
Oh, that's true. That's,
that's
true.
fine. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Throw it to the monopolist.
Okay. So what the monopolist does is he's a little bit hurt, but he raises up his fist and lightning energy sucks out and goes out to all of you and tell me what all of the hinders that are currently on you are.
I don't have any.
I have one from me.
I don't care where.
Oh.
Yeah.
minus
I have
two.
a -2 heartburn.
Perfect. -2, -2,
I have a -3.
-3?
From him and a -3 from the bot.
and a -3. Perfect. Good. So you take damage equal to the sum total of the hinders that are on you, and so do these guys down here, because they have hinders. And then he gains that much health and seems to reinvigorate himself. So that is, tell me the totals.
2.
And 2?
Still immune to lightning.
Right. That's true. So you don't take the damage, but the hinders are still gone, and he still regains it. So,
So that was 2 for him.
Yep.
And 6 here, so 10 total.
and then 2 2s over here.
Yeah, so 14 total.
What I'm
total.
getting out of this is
Wait.
I'm really good at fighting against lightning-based villains.
We
Yes.
all take 14
So-
damage?
No. You
No.
take 6 in your
Oh,
case.
oh,
Because you
okay.
had the
All of
penalty.
these guards need to save
Yeah.
against the
The
damage.
guards, though, each here need to save against damage of 2.
Does that eat their hinders or no?
Yes, the hinders are gone now.
Okay.
So those hinders that you all had are now eliminated entirely. You just took damage based on them. He basically stripped them off from you, siphoned that energy to heal himself and deal you damage.
I just punched robots, so I didn't have any
All right.
hinders left.
So
So
these two
what-
need to save against a
Everyone.
2.
Yes.
Nope.
And they do.
So 3.
It does.
3.
But
That's
2
2.
And it does.
saves.
Great. And then as we talked about last time, we're using the new minion rule, where if you save when you're a D4 minion, you stay around as a D4 minion. Okay, so now the
Which is
monopolist
nice
is
when
going to
they're on
pass it
your
on to
team.
you. 'Cause he
Whew.
must. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, do you want me to go for the monopolist? Do you want me to go for Yanlu?
Go for the monopolist.
I think Yanlu. I think we need to keep
We
her
still got
safe.
one bot with Yanlu, or did we get rid of that one?
No, there are no more bots.
No
except
more
for the
bots
one
at
that's on
all,
our
right?
side.
Yeah, I own a bot.
I
own a
think
non-hurt
that
robot.
like we need to keep her safe.
I mean, but we can keep her
Send a
safe by
robot
stopping a
to
monopolist.
protect her.
Yeah, I mean, if she doesn't have a direct enemy,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just worried that like I'm worried about rocket ninjas and things swooping in.
I'm worried about Rocket.
Why? I have a really good reason
Why?
why.
Rocket
on
ninjas
earth
have never
would
once
that
kidnapped a
be?
person in front of us.
You know.
That's never happened.
ba, 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 ba. I am not in the red yet, so I can't use it.
But you can.
You can take minor twist.
Yeah.
Take them on your twist.
I'm not in the yellow yet. Like, this is very frustrating.
How do we feel about?
and Matt's like,
I know. No,
How do we
that's
feel
what I
about
built
this?
it for.
I'd have to take a minor twist to use it, but
2 minor twists.
Doesn't look like it, but Matt and I built the same characters.
Oh. I mean, that's
I've
pretty
got-
cool.
a +3 here.
What's this one?
I have to take I would have to take a major and a minor
yeah, I know,
twist to
that's
use
super
that.
cool,
So
though.
like,
Do it. Who here thinks that Jen should take a major and a minor twist?
If you think it'd be super cool, I mean, go for it.
You've never gotten to use it yet.
all right,
Do it up.
all right. It's time for magnum opus. I'm taking a major twist and a minor twist for doing this, but that's okay.
okay, sounds great.
But it just kills the villain.
Whew. All right, so I'm
maybe.
going to attack using creativity, of course. Use your max plus mid plus min dice. Take a major twist.
She adds all of her dice
And-
together and deals that much damage.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Do
then
you have any boosts or penalties on you?
Oh yeah. So my penalties are gone.
Yes, they are. That's true.
But I have a +1 and a +2 still from Lucas and some other
you use up
shenanigans
some
that
bubbles?
happened.
And the bubbles.
No, that's why I said were the bubbles just for the robots?
Oh,
Because I never
No.
got to use your bubble bonus.
no, you have +3 for that too.
Yeah.
And you can also use your
Oh yeah, it's
she
coming.
has a +9.
last issue's +3 if you
So
wanted.
yeah, I'm gonna do +3 from
Okay.
last issue, +3 from Bubbles, +1 from Lucas, and +2 from whatever shenanigans.
Have you
that came
used
from.
your back issue yet?
I haven't.
+1 for this roll from
So now you can max out.
You can max out one of the dice as well, which will definitely get added in
Yeah.
by using your back issue.
This is dumb. When you take the minor twist to change your status, you don't change your status die, correct?
Correct.
I think I asked that last time, but
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
You just go down a status and grab a power up from it, but everything else stays the same.
All right, so I'll use my yellow
You work on
status
some
die.
math, I'm working on some twists.
Yeah. All right,
Sorry,
so
that's actually
So it requires you to
Yeah,
use
you get that, not Jen.
Oh,
that's fine.
creativity.
Yeah.
yeah, so creativity is my D10.
D10, a
I'm
D8.
in yellow, so I'm using a D8.
And I'm
And
assuming
illusions,
illusions.
obviously.
What is the illusion? This has to be
Alright.
big. This is important.
Oh no, it's so stressful to come up with these.
Giant K-pop star?
Oh, maybe.
No, it's a giant. It's a giant Freddy robot.
sorry again. It is Jen.
There's some confusion going
That's
on
fine.
about who's who.
That's fine.
It's on
Do
the
you have another +1? So you have a +10 now.
So yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
People used to walk into our building and do that actually. They'd like walk in and be
Alright.
like, "You're Jodie?" She's
So-
like, "No."
Yeah, so I am going to craft this just giant mech type robot. It's very anime-esque, big stompy robot kind of massive
Those weird
creature.
feet that they always have.
There,
for reasons
it's
I don't
got
understand.
the feet flare out.
Can you
It's
ride
got.
in it? Can it be a mech?
Can I ride in it?
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Good.
Why not? This is gonna be terrible. So I'm now riding in this giant mech. It's got wings, of course, as they do.
Just giant razor sharp eyebrows.
Yeah.
As they do.
Yeah. Massive. It's definitely bigger than the Monopolist for sure. It's small enough to not hit the roof,
twist this.
but big enough anyway. How tall is this room?
Oh, it's like got like 15-foot ceilings.
Cool. This is 14-foot size robot-ish.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Yeah.
14 foot.
Perfect.
All right. 14 foot, giant robot. It's got laser beams and all kinds of anything you could possibly imagine.
A really cool laser sword.
It does like a it does
Yeah,
like a big
no,
James
massive. That's what I was gonna
sword.
say. Like it comes in and it like pops in and it does all the hand motions and all of a sudden you see shing with this big old sword and there's
mouth.
glistens
Great.
everywhere.
Despite what the rest of the scene was, it's just doing this weird
Right.
draw the sword dance in the mountains.
Right. The K-pop
again.
music turns back on for
Yeah.
some reason.
The
It's
finale
fine.
song, it
Everything's
just starts
fine.
blaring from the speakers.
Right. Yeah.
I like it.
But
Yes. twice an issue.
might as well be walking on the sun.
Oh, all right.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
And this
so
tiny little roll.
hold
All
on.
right.
No.
So it's 9.
Hold on. Before you do that, you can max out. You can spend this to max out that D10.
Do you want to max out this D10 from 1 to 10? You just do that.
Yeah.
Tell me a story though.
I'm trying to
Gonna make
figure
you tell
that
me more
out.
stories.
The last time you did a magnum opus, which
Because-
doesn't really make sense because it's like the one that I
Maybe
It
the
was-
first time you ever did one of these
fine.
illusions.
Wow. I'm trying to figure out how, in the story of Snappy Little Trees, there was a reason to
Make a giant K-pop robot?
craft a
Well-
giant
Well,
K-pop.
you
song.
didn't
probably
have to
what
make a
happened.
robot. You just made a.
You probably
made
made
the biggest.
you probably
tree.
made an illusion and it wasn't big enough for the task. And so you
Either
weren't gonna
that
let
or
that
the
happen this
reason-
time.
Right.
The reason that you know anime
You're
at
gonna
all is
overkill
because
it.
you connected with one of your students that way.
Ooh. I like
And so
that.
like you're getting all the
I like
fine
that.
details right.
So much good. Yeah. Okay. I like that.
One of those trees was a giant sequoia. I don't know.
Right. I know. In my brain, I'm like, I was stuck in a
Serious and
forest,
dramatic.
and no. Well, I figure in my part of my origin story was learning how to take these situations that some would look at as a negative and make them into a positive situation, an opportunity for things such as snappy little trees and whatnot. So I figure, what better opportunity to show my love for all robot anime shows everywhere than to come up with this magnum opus. And since in my the last time I tried this, it didn't go quite as planned, but now I'm ready. I've got these teammates here to help me, and it's going to be amazing. And I'm super
See, I don't have
prepared
quote marks around it.
for this situation.
There's two types of people.
You're making
Lauren.
slight progress.
Slight,
Said it
yeah,
without,
it's-
with,
it's
said
good.
it with quote
Right.
marks. I said it.
So now that's
So,
a 10.
all right. So this is a 10.
Okay.
And it's my max plus my mid plus my min. So
Yes.
it's a 10 plus 8 plus
Used
5.
properly.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
23.
Plus 10.
Plus, 10 from this. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 23?
So you
23.
create this
No.
massive illusion
Right?
with a
33.
sword.
33? What?
10, 18, 23,
Oh, plus 10. 33.
33.
And the sword just hits this guy right in the gut, and his suit just disintegrates
Yeah.
into his constituent, now destroyed nanobots. And he just passes out and skids along the floor. But as you do this, the sword goes actually all the way, because there's that hole in the floor already, is a weak point, and it drags through the glass floor and creates a bit of a hole. And most people manage to jump clear, but a group of people kind of slip down and start falling, and they're hanging on right to the edge. And included among them is Yan Lu.
Oops. You wanted me to do
That's your
something
mind-
Yeah,
with
no,
John
super
Liu,
cool.
so...
That's your minor twist.
Tell me more.
Once the major twist happens, I'll tell you, but I want you to deal with this before I tell you what the major twist
Oh
is.
my gosh. All right. So that was my turn.
And
So
that
now
was
there's
the
no one
last
else. So
turn.
who's going to leap into action to try to save these
This
people?
sounds like a job for me.
I feel like this
Leap.
is way a job for Bubbles.
Leap, let's
Yep,
go.
Yep.
Cool.
I just want you to make one. Joey, how are you going to save all these people?
I'm flying
overcome?
over there. I am going to just try to make the biggest bubble I possibly can.
Perfect.
To just lower them to safety.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to bring them back up
Yeah.
through the
No,
broken
don't
glass.
bring
Right, yeah, don't do
I'm
that.
I'm just going to lower them gently
Here, you're
to
now
safety.
down on the street.
Oh,
Everything's
there's
good
another
down.
robot down there.
And
no.
so I use my
There
bubbles. Yeah, there is, but like,
But it's covered in tar.
stop saying
It hasn't done anything.
True.
for
There
this.
you go.
Stop saying things out loud.
yeah. And then my status die is
I'm not worried about
still green.
All
So
right. Yes, that's true.
How?
I don't get hit ever, apparently.
Cute.
And this is my principal bubble, so everyone gets a hero point.
That's terrible.
And
Yeah.
I use my max die, which is a 7.
Ah,
And,
okay.
I wanted to use my +4 also. Because like, there's a lot of people involved in this.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
So that would be a total of 11.
Great. So you succeed completely. You lower them down safely. Everyone is safe and fine.
Oh, good.
So there you go.
Yay!
And over on the
Yay,
floor,
Bubbles.
you have Ryo Chulmu, who is the CEO of Ryu Manufacturing Group, lying on the floor, and United Nations commandos come in to arrest him and put him in prison. United Nations prison. And so
They called the brig.
right. And so as you're talking to him, this all happens, but John England comes in and he said, I'm glad you stopped him. We have a terrible emergency that is happening right now. In fact, 2 terrible emergencies happening simultaneously. Cyber terrorists have taken over the European Parliament, and there's been a coup in Venezuela, and the entire government is now taken over by a group that is threatening to destroy all the major cities in the world with their rockets unless they are given certain pieces of technology.
Oh,
Cool.
Okay.
No problem.
sounds like a problem for Earthlings.
Choose
So
your
that
own
is
adventure.
the end of this issue.
I mean, there's still plenty of issues. But yes.
So what I want to know is, in the denouement, is there anything you particularly want to know? What do you say back to John England in terms of that? He's like, he's desperate for your help for some of these things. They're trying to put out all these fires. Everything is terrible. That's a major twist, by the way. Both those
Yeah.
things happen.
Yeah.
And
Sorry about that.
your
Now we
major
have to
twists
make
have
a
been
decision.
No,
good
it's
timeline
choose.
acceleration major twists, which I like a lot.
You
So
two can handle Venezuela, right?
Yeah.
No, we're not splitting up that much.
No.
Just run a big floppy robot. It's fine.
You're running to
It's
Europe
fine.
or South America.
So, and if there's any questions you want to know, anything you want to get cleaned up. So, Jan-Luc comes over and talks to you and thanks you for saving her. Thanks for saving her and for saving this thing. And no one knew all along that the Ryu Manufacturing Group was like behind these sort of attacks. But it actually, from John England's perspective, raises more questions than it answers, because they're a whole new kind of group. So like, and now you've got the Venezuelan government, some cyber terrorists out there, and it is really unclear to them how they are all connected. And there's not a lot of information that they have. They're just now starting to look into this as well. So there's some connection between these seemingly very disparate groups. This like rebel group in Venezuela, this Korean businessman, these terrorists that were doing stuff down in.
So, 2 things.
Yeah.
There's a group of people in the basement in a catering van that.
Oh yes, that's true.
Hopefully we are still there. I
Catering
locked
van.
down the basement as best I could within, well, the equivalent of an EMP.
Right.
So if you haven't already caught them,
EMP.
All right. So they're going to send some
A
people down
EMP.
and
Yeah.
attempt to catch them. And
I mean, they're not driving
figure out what's
anywhere.
going on. That's true. That is certainly true.
do we know who's providing these people with their technology?
No, that's really the issue here.
I mean, the Robot Man Group probably provides some technology.
Yeah, but he didn't seem to be all that familiar with his own suit. It
Correct.
kept, like hurting him.
Yeah. That is true. You
Prototypes.
are 100% correct.
So we have did the terrorist group in Venezuela give any sort of timeline?
Yeah, 48 hours.
That's not.
I
That seems
think
like
it's
the first
less.
thing we should do.
like
Probably.
Well,
my,
there are also cyber terrorists that are right now in control of the entire European Parliament.
my rationale is
It's up to you.
like,
I don't care.
I mean, that's
can't
only part of the
do
world.
There is no European Parliament if all of the cities explode.
Well, here's the thing.
Sure.
Like, do any of you have any idea how to deal with cyber terrorists?
I
I can shut down
I was
computers.
going to say, throw
but
you at
that's
them.
about it.
I mean,
just unplug
I
it, right?
have a little bit of technology expertise just because, I don't know. We've
Whereas, like, dealing with actual physical threats of terrorists and people with jetpacks, we have a pretty good track record against them. And I think that, like, that's probably...
I'm telling you, we can handle Parliament. They can handle Venezuela. And
No.
I think that, yeah.
I think that we should go to Venezuela and deal with these rocket people. I think that we'll probably have a better chance of success there than attacking cyber terrorists who may or may not be physically at the European Parliament.
Hey, I've seen hackers. I can deal with cyber terrorists.
I haven't seen Hackers because I can't really watch movies.
Oh. For a second, I got really sad, and I thought that was you, the player, not you, the character. And I was like, well, I know what we're doing this afternoon. Is we're going to go watch Hackers. Then we're going to watch Johnny Comic right after.
Got this.
We're going to bang this.
Venezuela?
Yeah,
I think it's the right
I
choice.
think it's the thing we're better equipped to deal
All right.
I don't think we're really equipped to deal with anything. Just saying.
We
No,
keep
we're not well
succeeding
equipped.
for
We're
given
better
values of succeeding. You just have to manage your expectations. You're a teacher. You understand this.
I mean,
I understand that anywhere they invite me to, I either explode the ceiling or destroy the floor.
I like to
Next
think.
time,
But the
what?
thing is,
Brock says you're 2 for 2 on destroying buildings.
hey,
Yes.
nobody
But the
died this
thing
time
is,
except for the guy who got the big
you're good at it.
Well, here's the thing.
And
we
you
don't
know
wanna
what?
destroy
You're learning.
Parliament. We want to destroy terrorist base camp.
I'd like to think that when you're done with this, potentially the collection of your trades will be that escalated quickly. It's just so far
I
definitely
kind
been-
of think you've
Definitely
hit
been
upon
true.
the series title of
Yes.
everything we do.
That certainly at least is like the way
for-
that the plot arcs have
At the
gone.
beginning of the session, I was like, oh, we're going to go to a party? Okay.
So what could go wrong?
Oh, wait, no, everything went wrong.
Wait, it started with K-pop.
There was certainly a possibility that you didn't wind up fighting the monopolist this session, so it worked.
Take Walker says that
Concept artist is with Dynamo and being the floor's nemesis.
Yes. Oh yeah, you could have that team up now with Dynamo. You and
just
Craig
fight
are
the
around just
floor.
beating up floors constantly.
Yes.
I honestly think the important thing here is we're learning to gel as a team.
Tumbleweeds.
Sorry, I couldn't say that with
In
a straight
character.
face.
That's good. Do you have any questions for me? Does the chat have any questions before we wrap up here?
Chad has any
moment.
questions.
I had fun though.
Good.
Yeah, that was fun.
How'd it go?
So we
Yeah.
only generated 2 hero points this entire session.
3.
3? God, I'm terrible.
Oh yeah, keep that
How did I
down.
miss those?
And then we lose everything else,
Anything we
right?
didn't use.
Yeah, all of your previous stuff.
No.
The chat would like to know everyone's favorite part of this session, including Paul.
Actually, I don't know why I erased those.
I definitely liked boosting all of my allies because I had so many allies.
So I
Yeah,
enjoyed,
Bubble Boost was pretty good.
from a like behind the scenes perspective, I really enjoyed the major twist exactly when you got a major twist. Because what that did was put you right in the middle of a thing of the scheme that was happening with the, which you then messed up further. So like you did, when I was doing GM prep, I drew out a whole grid of possible ways things could go. And what you did is you actually
did none of those.
went down to the disruption, messed stuff up thing twice, which was fun for me. And then I got to like rewire how things were gonna work, which was a lot of fun. So like I enjoyed, and that was like the impetus for that, like the Coin Access is you going under there, pretending to be related, going down, convincing the guy of the thing, and going downstairs. Like that entire series of events like messed everything up in a way that I found delightful. So
I think that that's our strength, is just screwing things up in just the right way.
We don't
Yeah.
have to figure out the story if we screw up the story enough that Paul has to rewrite it on the fly.
right. Well, there isn't
We don't
like.
have to solve any puzzles. There is no puzzle
Which
to
is good.
solve.
I'm super
We never
interested
get to
every
the
time to
puzzle in the
figure
first
out
place.
like where you get to. Because what's funny to me is like there were a bunch of guests at the party that I had names for. And there was 0 cake pop bands that I had names for. Yet at the end of the session, the latter was what I
you say
needed and
cake
not the
pop?
former.
Because now I'm hungry.
So that was delightful.
It is wonderful.
Yeah. Any other?
Nothing from Chad?
Well, favorites like.
That was 2.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the me MP.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, K-pop.
Yeah, it was dumb.
That was the best part of this. That somehow we managed to go
I
to a
don't know
fancy
how
gala and
that-
become a part of the K-pop
That was
entertainment.
absolutely the most stressful part of this session. It was just
Yeah.
like, I know what to do in a fight. I don't know what to do to talk to people.
Right.
Like,
Or
that's not what this
explain-
character is. It's like, go to a fancy party. Be like, I'm sorry, I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
I'll wait in the car, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Call me.
I'm glad I went
Trying
with
to-
my instincts when I ran away from the security guard.
Yeah,
though.
that was
that
pretty
was
good.
great.
Oh, I did come up with a name that I didn't get to say for the robot because you only got to act once.
Yeah, what was it?
Robert.
What?
Robert. It's spelled Robert, but it's pronounced Robert.
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 Arnoff asks, is the monopolist alive?
Yes.
I'm going to follow up how.
So the entire zoo was destroyed, and he's very injured. He's going to be in the hospital for a while. The United Nations will take care of him while interrogating him and keeping him in a maximum
Reassemble
security
him.
villain prison.
Oh, smart
I have a
ones
big
must
stuffy
smile.
robot that can
Yeah, exactly.
take care of him.
Right.
I'm really excited that I got to make an Evangelion-sized robot
Yeah.
for no reason
And you were
on
like,
a
it's
glass
this big, and it's everything
floor.
else like,
Sized? I don't know about size.
glass floor, but I didn't. I'm kind of trying to let these things roll and be like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Well, I didn't want. I was like, oh no, if I make this too big, Paul's gonna be like, congratulations, you've broken the ceilings.
Yeah.
Stuff is falling everywhere, and I was like,
robot, if you're talking about like animes from the 90s, so you ever see Vision of Escaflowne?
yeah.
So
very
that's
much.
probably about this, the size
think
that this
so.
one was.
Yep.
Because it's much smaller. It's more mechanical and a lot smaller than the
Yep,
Evangelion.
I think
Yeah.
that's fair.
There you
Have you ever seen the documentary Aliens?
go. The documentary about aliens.
Filmed in real time.
All right. If that is all,
You-
I will say farewell and thank you for watching. We'll see you next week at 1.
Just keep waving.
Until there's koalas. You gotta wait for koalas. The thing is, the koala kept popping up over
Yeah,
the course
yeah,
of the
I saw
thing. I
that
think there was
a
some
lot.
interesting
Yeah.
stuff
It's
going on
going.
here.